Ladies and gentlemen, here's the show.
Oh, okay, we're here.
Boom.
Hello? Oh my gosh. I said, what is going on?
We're live.
Okay.
Welcome to live production, everybody. Stuff happens sometimes, but you roll with the punches, and you have a fire-ass members-only show that'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah, boy.
Right in time for YouTube members. So, huge news. Thank you so much to everybody. We actually had a little bit of a little toast before we started today. We're fully monetized, and that is all thanks to you guys. Woo!
I wish I had a little...
Hey!
Listen, yes, that happened so...
I think she's muted.
Oh, am I?
Everybody.
No, I hear you.
I hear me.
Oh, so I lied. Oh,
It was so low.
Our bad.
our bad.
Listen, I have been sick over the weekend. Like, I just knew.
Somebody said we echoing. We are.
Oh, you
Are we?
There's a little bit of reverb somewhere.
George, check your the settings on OBS. You might have two things going. Yeah,
Hold on,
you
yeah.
do. You do. You have two of them active. So just mute one of them.
Mute.
Or you just do it on that panel.
Oh, can we? Got it.
Ah, there you go. There you go. That should fix everybody.
We
Thank
better
you,
now,
Sean.
y'all?
Gotta give them. Remember, there's a 30-second delay, so you gotta give them
Yes.
time to figure it out.
I can hear my... Oh, no. I don't like that. I can hear myself.
Oh, but I can't hear her. That's
45
crazy
times.
what the Roadcaster does. Road, why
No,
did you
that
make
was
it so
me.
confusing?
That was me. I was being stupid. Yeah, but we've somewhat got this figured out now. I think we are ready to rock and roll.
I know. Let me just check my...
They said we are still having an echo though.
Well, you gotta give them it's a 30-second delay, so they're still hearing.
Oh, got you.
So they're probably just now hearing. See, everybody saying better. But yeah, so thank you so much to all of you guys because we are now fully monetized here on the channel. So thank you so much to you guys. We couldn't have done it without you guys. We couldn't have done it without really the team here, which is, I mean, you guys know the core four. It's George, myself, Bree, Mr. Fresh.
Yeah.
But we got
Yeah.
some people on the back. We got Mari. Everybody give W's in chat for Mari.
Yes.
Helping
big
out.
Dubs, big
Thank
dubs.
you so
Everybody
much, Mari.
give big W's in the chat for Danette, who you guys have never seen,
I know.
but she does a lot on the back
We
end.
gonna get her on the camera one day.
Right.
No,
One of these
no,
days,
she doesn't have to. She doesn't want
said,
to.
Hell no. Listen, she barely likes us because we bother her all day, but it's okay. Shout out to Lauren as well, who is helping us in the chat. I deeply appreciate you. So yeah, we're not a one-woman show. Can you guys hear me? Because someone said I'm super low on, they still said it's echoing.
They said we still echoing. Yeah, I do hear an echo.
I've been hearing, that's why I was saying.
Interesting.
Because I can hear.
Did you mute us all?
Michael Myers.
I'm wondering what's the setting. Welcome to production, everybody. I can't even hear anything now.
Yeah, you guys thought we were edging you. We legitimately were having problems. Like, okay, better. Okay.
Okay. Give it 30 seconds. Because I still hear a little funkiness, but...
Oh, no echo. It's loud enough. Period.
Okay,
Thank
so maybe
you.
some things are.
I sound weird in my own
As soon,
ears.
it's
that's
so
why I
funny,
was
like when you see all those messages float in, all it takes is one person to say it's good, and you're like, oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I
that's
need.
right.
That's all I need.
right.
I just need
There'll
one.
be like 50, like, no, it's messed up. And you're just like, no.
Oh, no, it's good. Thank you.
Hey, shout out to that person in the chat, all right? And if it's not good, it's their fault.
Right.
Because I'm taking your word for it. Because I can't hear what you guys hear.
I'm kidding.
But welcome to Calls from Beyond, everybody.
It's a joke.
If this is your first time to the show, this is a live call-in show where you, the audience, gets to tell your stories. It is completely free to call in.
We're still setting that up. So
We are still setting up. We had to change the Zoom around a little bit, but we'll get that number up for you here in a little bit. It's completely free to call in. However, if you do want to skip the line, because we do get a lot of callers. We do get a lot. We're going to try to get as many as we can tonight.
You got to drum roll that, though, because you know they could do that one thing now.
Oh, yeah. No. I was going to get to that.
Yeah.
I was going to get to that.
Drum roll that. You can't just say it. You
Yeah.
gotta-
So, for you guys now, and you can still send a $10 Cash App. Still on the table. If Cash App is your method, send a Cash App and just include the last four of your phone number. However, now you guys can super chat on the Calls from Beyond channel. So thank you guys for that. We are now fully eligible for that. And George is always going to come through with the sound effects. I never
we'll
have to worry
fight
about George.
I was hoping it caught my cough. I was like,
That'd have been a great clip. That'd have been a great clip where you're just,
right.
but it's.
Everybody knows that. Follow me. I've been sick, and them babies, they betray us in so many ways. My immune system has been betrayed several times.
Facts.
So,
We got a lot going on though, because I mean, you're under the weather.
Yeah.
You know, my main man over here has an ear infection.
Oh no, not an ear infection. So I often have to get my ears flushed because they get clogged so easy with earwax. I don't use Q-tips. I don't do none of that 'cause you're not supposed to. So I wake up this morning, can't hear out of my left side at all.
jeez.
I make an appointment for the quick care. It takes 2.5 hours to get in at the quick care. I finally get in at the quick care, and Erica's now saying echo or something. Now I get in, and they instantly, or they go, okay, so do you have any dizziness or anything like that? I'm like, no, I'm pretty okay. I don't have any other symptoms or anything. He goes, wow, your ears are immaculate, but both your eardrums are mad inflamed. So you just have 2 ear infections.
I
was
know. I told him when he told me he had ear infections. I'm like, how old are you, sir? See, this is you grow up.
Right, double ear infection.
Right.
It sounds like you were chewing crayons too.
Oh man.
But you know what? I asked you, were you dizzy or anything? Because that happened to my mom. She recently
it throws
just
off your balance,
it's
your equilibrium.
Is it vitiligo?
vertigo.
Yeah.
Vertigo. She
Something
had
like
vertigo. She woke up and she couldn't hear nothing out of her ears, and so she went to the doctor, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that vertigo that you had a year ago."
It's because
this
your
is-
ear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're all jacked up. Thank you so much, Christy. I hope we've all feel better too. This is how dedicated we are to the show.
Yep.
I got the little nasty people's disease. He got ear infections, and here we are because I promise I thought I had
But we got
COVID.
champagne.
We did have champagne, you know. Mine is
A little
gone.
premature.
right.
Right.
So
Should I lead the show for 10 minutes?
hey,
I mean, I can
listen, we
slide
all
out.
got a gulp. I'm
But
surprised.
I'm just saying I can slide out and go get us something else.
Only person that's good is George, because 1-2 count.
Oh yeah, you gave him the.
Hey, listen.
That was
George
not
got
a 1-2.
half the
That was a
bottle.
standing 8 count that he gave George.
Listen,
Yeah.
man.
It wasn't.
He said
on
1.
purpose.
I love
I'm
Two.
I'm just saying. Look, George is a producer, so if he's happy, everybody's happy.
All right.
Hey.
So he
Yep.
said 1 Mississippi, 2.
Yeah. He got the
And then
old
for me,
school
he was
football
like
count.
On
2.
Hey, listen, I only got foam. I
Yeah,
got bubbles.
he got the foam.
I'm gonna be
Aw.
honest, on today's episode with like all these technical difficulties, it was like the worst idea for me to have.
I know. Oh, that's so bad.
George is over there. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Legit, bro.
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
That's what I do. That's what I do. I play the air horn.
But also thanks to you guys, we can now have YouTube members specific for this channel.
Yes.
So with that, we are releasing. There's one already up from last week, but we're recording specific member-only videos. We're actually recording a behind-the-scenes vlog,
Yep.
kind of showcasing what it looks like when we're supposed to be recording.
We're supposed to be recording. We have a good time here at
We had a
Calls From
great
Beyond.
time.
Like always, we're so unserious. Who told us we were adults? First of all, because
The government.
it's like 4 big kids and then 1 semi-big kid actually here, which is our girl Danette, who always holds us.
Who's
she's
the youngest but the
she's
most mature.
Like she says nothing. She's just there looking at us like,
Yeah, no.
We always,
Like this would be an old is like.
yeah.
Oh,
You be
yeah.
Yeah,
thinking
no,
this
when
is
you
what the
become an
old-
adult, you realize that nobody has it figured out.
No.
Nobody has it
I'm
figured
still
out.
navigating life.
Facts.
Like I just don't know what it is at this point. So, we have a good time here.
We do.
And you'll be able to see everything that we do before we get ready for the show, all of the behind the scenes and different things like that. If you subscribe to our members only.
Yep.
Hey, real quick.
Portion.
So I've got a question, Noah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you said as an adult nobody has it figured out,
No, he said that.
I said that.
But
Ain't nobody
it's
has
true.
it.
truth, right? When you be watching those videos where it be like, my whole 33 years of my life I've been using this wrong. Like,
No.
ain't that shit mind-boggling? You
It's-
be like,
It's
For real?
literally like I learned.
this is how you open peanut butter?
Yes.
I never.
Wait, what? No, you have to go on TikTok. It's a whole like
What? There's a
algorithm
peanut
full
butter
of
talk?
people that don't know how things were supposed to be used.
No, we're
blew
using
my
a whole
mind.
bunch of stuff wrong.
Wrong
But
as
we were
hell.
taught to use it wrong.
Because
now they're teaching us how to use it
no
the
one had it
easiest
figured
way.
out.
And you're
No
like,
one had it figured
what's
out.
this peanut butter thing? That's what I want to know. But shout out to
I was just throwing it out there.
shout out to X for the $9.99 super chat. Really
Yes,
appreciate that.
thank you
I
so
don't know.
much,
I don't know if you
X.
just wanted to show love or if you wanted to be able to skip the line, but you didn't include your phone number. So if you want to leave another
Yes,
chat in the
please.
log and just let us know what your last word of your phone number are. But thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it.
You just
Yes.
show him a little bit of extra love though, because that is our first super.
That
That is our very
official
first. So we actually that is.
Yes.
It's a party. It's a party. That's
Hey, listen, we deeply appreciate.
Oh, well, and there we go. There comes the.
Sound effect.
So now we have alerts. So
Yes.
for you guys, we've upgraded the stream a little bit, so you guys can, get a little something more besides just our love and gratitude, and also being able to skip the line and all that, but also little. Yeah, it's probably right here, over here.
It was in the middle.
Pizzazz.
It's in the middle. It's in between us. So we big things happening. We've got the channel on lock. We're
Yeah.
really going to make sure that this is all good and well for you guys. I real quick would like to plug the Truly Bizarre because we have something big for
Yes,
tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
So I've been talking about it since we've been back on the show, but George and I went and did another paranormal investigation back in May.
That we did.
And the wait is over. It's finally done. It's
Yes.
edited, and it premieres
Yay.
tomorrow night on YouTube on the Truly Bizarre at 6 p.m. I'm going to be in the chat. I invite all of you. So if you're not already subscribed to the Truly Bizarre, please consider going and subscribing to the Truly Bizarre. It's my channel, just like how Noah has her
Yes.
channel. I did leave a little goodie for you guys for during the break.
Yes.
A little segment. You haven't even seen it, so
No, I'm excited. You know I love to be scared, even though I'm a scared cat. So I highly recommend, which I've been telling my subscribers, go over to the Truly Bizarre and subscribe, please. You probably, which they don't know that, you changed over the name. Most
Yes.
of you guys are probably already subscribed, but if you are not, go ahead. Austin always drops the heat, and he takes his time with his content. And it's
I would say
always
sometimes a little
perfect.
too much time. But
Listen, I'm procrastinator queen.
yeah, but you've dropped like 6 bangers in the time it takes me to
Oh
drop
my
like
gosh.
one
That's because
banger.
I'm stitching people's. Don't give me too much credit now.
What do you mean not give you too much credit?
Don't give me too much credit.
It's a lot of credit.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a lot of credit.
I'm humble, but at the end of the day, it takes a lot to record. I think somebody got
I got you.
unmuted.
Yeah.
George's
But-
on it. George's on it.
Takes a lot to record and edit, and whenever it is just from scratch content. So
To kind of break the fourth wall in it a little bit, when we do these paranormal investigations and when you watch Ghost Adventures, because I've talked to those guys too, it's a lot of footage. It's a lot. Like George, how many cameras do we have rolling? We had one that was just running the entire time.
Yeah.
So that was about 6 to 7 hours of footage by itself.
yeah,
And then the investigation was about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Then we had B-roll. We had us interviewing people beforehand. Here's the thing is like, it's an all day thing. We got to Good Springs, I want to say probably about 3-4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We left at around 1 a.m.
yeah, and even with our ghost hunt,
Yeah.
it was. I got there at maybe 10. We didn't leave until like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
So-
no.
Sun
We
was
were
coming
there.
up.
And that was my call time. That wasn't even there. So they were there.
And that
way
was like
longer.
4 rooms. It
Yes.
was like 4 rooms. For real.
So
Yeah, it was about the same there at that because it's a tiny house, but the house was over 100 years old. It was like 113.
That's crazy.
yes, and it was just y'all. Please go and subscribe. He don't bring out no raggedy shit, okay? So I need y'all to go and support my brother from another mother.
Tap in.
Because I promise you, his content is A1, and these ghost hunts that he goes on, we got to plan another one too.
I'm waiting for that.
That was not the
I'm waiting
that
for
wasn't
that
the
to
right
happen.
sound. He said that was not the right sound. I'm like, get out. Wait, what did I do? But yeah, we definitely have to do that. Shout out to Kamisha who just sent a $4.99 super chat and just said, I love you guys. We appreciate
We love
all.
you.
Right. Kamisha knows I love her.
Well, now she knows that I love her too.
Right.
so.
Like,
And George,
she's
shout out
my
to the
patrons.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely
Patrons.
shout out to the
Yes,
patrons.
I
Speaking
love
of
y'all.
Patreon, for those of you that are on the Patreon right now, we're going to keep uploading content, but we are going to be canceling the Patreon just because we kind of want to keep everything centralized. So going forward, I'm probably going to turn off the Patreon
Yes.
so that way you guys don't get charged again. But with that being said, everything is going to be on YouTube members
Yeah.
just so that way it integrates seamlessly with your account.
Yep.
Also, I think we should probably go over some of the things we're going to be doing for
For
members.
sure.
Yeah.
So- go ahead.
Because Mari said that people should join.
Yes.
perks,
Absolutely.
but not
What
what's
are
Let's
the
let-
perks?
What are the perks?
So, number one, we talked about it a little bit earlier. We record a bonus show. It's a little delayed, but that's the $4.99 super chat that came in. So thank you.
Okay. I'm like,
That was Kamisha.
That was
okay.
Kamisha.
Thank you, Kamisha.
So we have that bonus show. So
me, y'all.
I'll give you guys a little bit of a hint. It was a little paranormal, but oh my god, we were so off the cuff on it. But that's, I mean, for the Patreon members currently, I mean, feel free to let
Yeah.
us know how you like the content. But it's a bonus show.
Yeah.
We talk about whatever. There's no
Our ADHD got the best of us on that show. We went from Game of Thrones to cruises to
apparently
gambling.
I don't really understand gambling and I'm small time compared to these big fish.
No.
But we have that. Also, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be discounting the cost for YouTube members to super chat to skip the line.
Yes.
So we're going to cut that in half.
Yes. So
for you
if
guys.
you are a member, if you sign up for the membership, patrons that are already on the Calls from Beyond Patreon, I would highly recommend moving your subscription over to here because you will get a discount once you call in if you want to skip the line, so to speak. So yeah.
Should we make it for just the first call? Because I know some of these people
No,
they got 16
no.
they got 16 stories.
Nope.
So what if they call back?
They're
to back
loyal
back?
to us, and we're going to be
Yep.
loyal to
All right.
them.
So that's one. That's another one.
Yes.
We're going to be doing once a month movie nights on Discord.
Yes.
So that's
Whoa.
where you
So
guys get to be in the
excited.
chat with us. Wow, Mel just came in with a huge super chat.
Oh,
Shout out to Mel. Thank you so much, Mel,
Thank
for
you
the
so
20. I'll read it
much.
because it's kind of funny. She goes,
Yes.
I'm so proud of y'all and the growth of the channel. I truly appreciate y'all giving us the space to tell our stories and hang. It's my bedtime, so maybe I'll tell a story next week. And love y'all, but love Noah more. JK, JK.
She ain't JK. She love me.
Dang,
It's
Mel.
okay. Thank you so much,
Thank you, Mel.
That is my sister from another mister. She is one of my patrons. She supports everything. One of my patrons from when I only had a couple patrons. So thank you so
Well,
much.
if Mel loves you more, because she loved me a little bit more than Austin and George, just because I'm your other half.
Nope, because I'm
Like
the
less-
favorite.
less than
It's-
you,
it's
less than you, but more than them?
treatment over here.
I don't
no.
need to get grandfathered, and that's crazy.
No, my lord, you don't.
Speaking of Game of Thrones. So we're going to be having member-only movie nights on Discord. Great
Yes.
thing is you can integrate your YouTube account with your Discord account. So you can just link them, and that way you don't have to tell us, hey, this is me. It'll already be linked. And also, as of right now, Mari is already way ahead of the game. She already has a sub-only chat in the Discord. So that's for you guys. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to
Yes.
monitor it. Mari might monitor it, but hey, whatever you guys want to do in there.
Yes.
Oh, let me take a look because I know I added some other things. Oh, member only live stream. So ideally, the bonus episode is also going to be a live stream.
Yes.
But we were kind of talking about it, Miss Fresh and I and Miss Black Cauldron, potentially doing a member only call-in show.
Yes.
Maybe like
Yes.
once a month.
Oh my gosh. Listen, we want to give you the most perks for your butts. Period. Thank you. I know that was Mel's.
Yep,
but-
that was Mel's.
We want you to feel like you're really a part of the community.
Yes.
Of course, you are paying for the community, so we definitely want to do special things for that said community. So between the discount and skipping the lines, the show that we record
Yep.
before we record this show,
Yep.
and being able to do a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
It's going
There's
to
also
be
one
so
other thing
lit.
that I can't even list on YouTube because I don't allow it, but I like you guys. I'm going to be doing, on top of our merch giveaways we do at the show, I'm going to be doing one merch giveaway a month for one member. And it's going to be a little bit more. It's not just going to be a hat or a
Yes.
shirt. It might be a little care package. And maybe when we make some more merch,
Yes.
maybe that person gets like the first
Hey,
first drop of that merch.
I don't think they understand how much we appreciate them.
Yes.
Like this was a labor of love, and even though this is like someone said this is season 2, and I thought that was so funny. Season
kind of
2,
is.
It kind of is, and you guys.
the noise is coming because somebody
it?
else super chatted.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Purple Cherry with the
thank
$2
you, Purple Cherry.
said, love y'all, love my
I-
chat family. We love
we
you
love
too.
you back.
Yes, we love you too. So the support that you guys have showed us is like unmatched because Calls for Beyond could have potentially just like died and was a thing that never happened, but we started back up and y'all came back like we never left. So I truly, truly, truly appreciate all of you guys. Like this is amazing. Okay, so again, if you'd like to become a member, go ahead and become a member. Like I said, all of our super chats we appreciate so
Yes.
much. Like I couldn't even imagine. One thing I did want to do that is specific to my channel is thank all of my people, Andrea,
Yes.
Jerica, all of the people that are in the chat that booked the Bali trip because
Shout
we
out
are-
Bali trip.
I'm like, there's people that's like, I truly hope that there's a space at the end, or some people are like, hey, I'm gonna just pay it off with my taxes, what have you, because that's the logical thing. But I don't even think we're gonna make it there, y'all.
It's definitely not going there. Listen, we had 24 spaces for you guys to come.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We have less than 10 spots available.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the mere 3 weeks, we've already booked well over 14 spots.
Wow.
So
So you might want to, if you want to come with us, I'm not trying to rush you.
you don't have to pay it off. You
don't
reserve.
gotta pay it off, but you might want to take that chain to the pawn shop or something. Because listen,
Damn.
it's almost
Not take
gone.
the chain to the pawn shop. You can tell we hood.
I'll
We
get
been
that
through
shit
some
when I'm
shit.
back from vacation. I got it stolen anyways. Yeah, that's the thing. I would have got it. I mean, you got to watch out.
It's
I
a
mean, not
layaway
saying-
system to make sure it don't get stolen, Bali. Like, just take it to the pawn shop now. You can get it out when you get back.
It's
No,
safe.
but
It's
on a
safe at the
serious note, I truly thank y'all. I can't even believe it. Like, our coordinator was like, it's gonna take you like 6 months to get the 8 spots, and he called an emergency meeting like,
I don't know what y'all did.
No, he told us 6 months for one booking.
Said,
He was okay. So here's the thing. He was probably just being conservative because some
Yeah.
people are like, they're Delulu like me, and they're like, I got 10 people. I know I can sell it out, and then in 6 months they get
But
one.
he don't know about the beehive, like the
Oh
power,
no,
Yeah,
he doesn't.
No.
the power of the cauldron. Like, it's crazy.
And
over
now
here.
the power of the
No,
calls from
it's
beyond.
not even my power.
And
It's y'all.
listen,
y'all
the
are
power
so
of everything.
amazing.
Yep.
Y'all let me down so much. Even
Because-
whenever I had to check a couple people about the way I say doppelganger, and I'm not changing it.
I don't
I'm
hear what's so wrong about it.
Well, that's because they expect me to turn into a German like person. I don't-
Doppelganger.
That's what they
Doppelganger.
wanted me to say. Because I'm like, okay, I'm American, I'm a Californian. I don't know how to say doppelganger correctly. I already speak super like my E's and R's just because of where I'm from. But baby, I'm not changing it. I already
Yeah.
told them I'm not. But thank
No.
you so much again to the people that booked
Yes.
the trip. For the people that have booked the trip and is on this live and have not checked your email, please check the email. We do have a chat in Discord that are just for the Bali trip. So like the
put an
people-
emphasis on that, please.
just for the people that's going to
'Cause
Bali with
we have
us.
some other Discord people that be joining that chat.
Yes,
that
and I
aren't going to
love y'all,
Bali.
but I have a Patreon chat that's separate from my stuff. So please, this is a way for us to plan. We have a ton of activities planned outside of the activities that's already included. So just make it easy for me. This is just for the people that's going to Bali. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So we are going to get to calls before too
Yes.
long. We're just
Let's
getting
go.
the last bit of things evened out. But yeah, we just wanted to get through all of that. So please consider becoming a member. We definitely want to make sure that we give all the perks to you guys. We are doing a giveaway again this week. The people from last week, your stuff is being sent out either today or tomorrow. So you should be getting your stuff. The people from 2 weeks ago should already have their stuff. So
Yep.
I'm expecting some tags on Instagram.
Facts.
Yes, please tag us once you get your merch. I mean, I don't care if it's a sticker. I don't care if it's a hat or a shirt. Just tag Calls from Beyond.
Or if you got it, just comment in the chat and tell us, got mines.
Yeah.
Got mine, and
yeah.
it's amazing quality.
Yeah,
Because it
'cause-
actually is good quality. I just gave you guys yours today, and you guys were like, hey.
I wasn't
I
wearing
got
this.
my shirt
whenever-
on right now. It feels amazing.
Yes, I was very surprised. Like when you handed me my shirt, I was like, "Ooh, this feels like velvet." Like it's
Yeah.
nice.
Have you guys
it's a
heard
nice
the
quality.
new word, the demure?
Yes,
Demure.
that's
I hate
very
that one. I hate it.
mindful.
Very
Very
mindful.
demure.
I
This
hate it.
shirt.
I'm sorry.
It annoys the shit out of him. So I say it, me and my kids, just to irritate. Very mindful, very demure. Hold on.
Fancy clothes instrumental.
Uh-oh.
I got
George, you're gonna get us demonetized.
Yeah, no, I was like, that sounds like
That did sound really fancy. That sounds real put together. I'm scared.
Hey, that fancy is what it feels like when you
Yeah.
get your shirt on.
Yeah.
It does, and
It
it's
does.
quality. I made sure to pick the premium shirt for you guys. So
Yeah.
definitely check out the merch store if you want your own. But if you want to try your chance at winning the giveaway tonight, we're gonna pick 3 winners. All you have to do is be subscribed to the YouTube channel, join the Discord, find the show on Spotify, and take a screenshot of either you following the show or if you're able to leaving a comment on the latest episode. And there is a giveaway chat in the Discord channel, so you'll be able to post it there and you'll be able to see how everybody did it. We're going to be picking 3 winners at the end of the show. So, oh, look at that.
Got
Aces
my
said,
hat today.
hey.
Hey, twinsies.
Hey, well, Aces, I know you said life has been lifing. Throw that hat on.
She
and
said, I
manifest
shall
that
tag
shit,
you.
sis.
Yeah, we gonna listen. I'm about to do a whole manifestation series on Patreon. Don't worry. Come over to Patreon. Life will be life in all the right ways.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
That's okay.
I'm like holding my breath, like, please.
Don't be something that's not good.
Right.
Don't be music.
Right. Because, listen, YouTube, they patience is thinner than my edges. They will literally be like, nope.
Edges. I ain't got no edges. I ain't got no hair.
Austin's edges. Okay, let's see. We're trying to get caught. I know you guys are ready to hear the calls. We just want to make sure everything is working.
Yep. So we have the first super chat, which is X, which it should be 9240, George.
9240.
Also, next week, we'll hold mail. She has other stuff to do, but she did send us a super chat for this week. So next week, we got you mail.
Yes. We've already got people entering the giveaway entries. Keep at it.
9240. *6 to unmute yourself.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to talk to y'all.
We're excited to hear from you.
Yes. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Oh, you're so welcome. I wanted to tell this story for a while because it just meant so much to me. This is in the early 2000s.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to say that this is a story, a supernatural story about a loved one that passed away.
Okay.
In the early 2000s, I was early in my spiritual journey. And I'm from New Orleans, and I was working in a place that was really, really rough on Bourbon Street. It was a strip club.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just not for me. Things were just, a lot of dark things were going on in the club, and I shouldn't have been there, but I was just trying to make money and take care of myself. You know, I'm not saying that to put down anybody who has worked in that before.
Right,
it was just a way for me to make money, you know,
right.
But it was just really hard on me. And I'd been working there a couple of years, and one night I just couldn't take it anymore, and I walked out of the club. And I went home, and I really can't describe the feeling that I had. I can't even put a name to the emotion. I was just overwhelmed with, you know, what am I doing with my life? All this kind of stuff was going through my head, and it was very emotional. And I remember coming into my apartment, and I sat down at my desk, and I put my head on my desk because it was late in the night and I was exhausted. This is really hard to say, but anyway, I put my head down. I did not go to sleep, but I put my head down just to rest it. And all of a sudden I heard this little bell. Okay. I don't own a little bell. I do not own.
I was about to say,
bell.
who rang the bell? You said I don't even own one.
I live by myself. Okay. A bell. In fact, the sound of it was like the bell that I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, but it was like these little figurines that they used to sell. It's called Precious Moments.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you might be familiar with it. If they have this bell, it's a really sweet, sweet sound. And so I heard that, and that sound was coming from the corner of my apartment, like up at the ceiling.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. The sound of the bell went like that, right? And so I turned my head and I looked up at the corner of the ceiling, and what I saw was my father. Okay. My father passed away when I was 7 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And he was looking at me with, I can remember what he had on. He had on a leather jacket. He had on a turtleneck sweater. It was brown. And he looked like the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my entire life. And he was looking at me like, it's hard for me to tell the story in shaky voice.
Yes.
But he was looking at me like he just loved me more than anything.
Oh my goodness. It's still scary, but it's beautiful at the same time because that's your dad, you know?
Yeah, it was like, I know the bell thing is a little scary. I forgot what other part of this is that I felt someone hold my hand.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
I felt someone hold my hand. And that experience, it's not like he said anything. He was just looking at me. And honestly, I wanted to reach out and touch him. But then I said, let me not do it because he might go away. It was just love coming off of him
Mm-hmm. That's
like that. So I sat there and I just stared until he just went away like that.
That's the most
After that happened,
things about ancestors is that when you see them and whenever you see them in full form, you just feel nothing but love, light, and all that good stuff.
absolutely, you know, and it was like it washed over me and it calmed me down.
Mm-hmm.
And that was exactly what I needed in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I, when after that happened, my mom is still living. I immediately called her at 4 o'clock in the morning. She thought the worst, you know, like, why are you calling me, you know, at this time of night and all this stuff. But I told her what happened and she was like, were you scared? You know, oh my God, that's amazing. And, you know, and I was surprised that she reacted the way she did because she's one of these people who will not or does not allow talking about any of these things.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot
like
of people
she will not discuss ghosts. She will not discuss even gut feelings or anything.
Yes.
You know, she's like a hard line against talking about any of this stuff. And but she took it as well as she possibly could, I guess, at 4 o'clock in the morning and me jumping up and calling her like that. But I guess the main point of the story is that I often think about that.
Yeah.
What happened, you know, all those years ago, you know, just to remind me that I'm never alone. And I know I'm not because, I mean, since then, you know, I've been on my spiritual journey and I have a whole ton of stories.
Yeah.
But, you know, it just is a constant or a firm, you know, reminder that, you know, you're not alone and you know you're loved. So that's all I wanted to tell you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes.
A lot of people don't understand people, and someone put in the chat too, people that are adult workers, right? Like spicy workers.
Yeah.
They are the most
Yeah.
protected people. I know we hear a lot of things about what happens whenever you're in the club or whatever, but a lot of the times there are certain spirits and deities that protect these women, these workers, or whatever the case is. But whenever you are really having what I like to call a coming to Jesus moment, like, what am I doing? Why is this way?
Yeah.
And you don't even know you are reaching out to spirit guides. You're asking God for answers. And sometimes they won't answer in the form of a full body apparition. So I'm just glad you were able to see that and you're still on your spiritual journey. Thank you so much for sharing. I truly appreciate it.
Yes. And thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And thank you for letting me share.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
We got a lot of super chats to catch up on.
I hope
That was
I have
pretty
a cough
terrifying.
attack.
That-
Listen, it's terrifying, but it gives you a little solace to know, like, the people that you love the most, who are your ancestors,
They're looking out for you.
They're going to look out for you regardless. You ask and you shall receive. And that's why I always tell my patrons, if you are going through a tough time in life, run to those ancestors, spirit guides, God, because they're going to give you an answer. It may not be the answer you like, but they will give you an answer.
I feel like I'd be so spooked I wouldn't know what to say.
No, listen, my mom, she seen my grandfather after he died because he died in our house, or our family house.
Is that the one that you told me about with your child as well?
No. So,
okay.
well, this is her husband.
Oh, okay.
So whenever my mom was a kid, her grandfather died in her grandmother's house, which is my great grandmother, and he was stuck in there for days because it was an ice storm, and my great this day so traumatized and with other things is now like totally, she's like has mental disabilities.
Right.
Her and her friend were stuck in a house with his body, and of course her friend, they're teenagers, her friend steals my dead grandfather's wallet. That was real classy, but they were stuck
while being stuck together.
Yes, stuck together. Her friend's deceased father. And so it really like jacked my aunt up, my great aunt.
Yeah,
up.
I bet.
And so they finally got his body out. But later on that summer, you know, back in the day in Atlantic City, I'm so sorry, y'all, I'm fighting a cold. My mother happened to be visiting my grandmother for the summer and his grandfather in between the sheets, and it scared the crap out of her. So
Yeah.
dads, grandpas, they come back sometimes. Grandma, moms, you know.
It'd be happening.
It'd be like that.
It's just
Right,
crazy.
be
It's
ready.
like you never know when the next interview is going to be. You know?
Yeah. No,
'cause
most definitely. Shout out to, I'll go over a couple of super chats we got. One of them, we have Kamisha again, another $9.99 super chat. Says, can't wait for you to get your shirt, Noah. Y'all let me know if y'all want one and how do I do the membership. So with the membership, there should be a join button underneath the video. You should be able to press join and it should give you an option to select the membership tier, which we kept it really simple for you guys, kept it at 1, just so that way sign up. There's no leveling tiers. It's just you get everything for one price. Shout out Mr. Fresh for the $4.99 super chat. Is that that's coming out on our end? Are we getting a lot of test notifications?
No. I was replaying.
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, George.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for the super chats, everybody. We really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm waiting for Miss Noah to get back.
So have you ever, like, okay, what would the question be that you ask a dead relative? What do you want to know?
For me, because I'm not religious, there has to be more than just people. Sure. I don't necessarily believe in like the whole like heaven or hell or God thing. So I would ask him, I'd be like, if I'm seeing you clearly, there's something up. So what is it? Like maybe they can clarify for me. If I was able to, because I feel like most of the time you see your ancestors, it's like a warning or they're letting you know of something. It's not hey, let's have a conversation back and forth, free form.
How do you know they're not coming to you just to let you know that they're proud of you?
That's what I'm saying. Is usually they just come into like. I always feel like every time I hear about, because I've never, the closest was Christian. Like that's the closest I've been to communicating with anybody that I was close to, or which I would consider him like, I don't know if you could consider that an ancestor now.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, I mean, we'd known each other basically I knew him most of his life, and he knew me for a good portion of my life now.
Yeah.
Because, knock on wood,
That's definitely your ancestor. One of my main ancestors is my best friend. He passed away.
Right.
And I mean, it happens. But
yeah.
these are people that watch our backs from the other side. You know, so it doesn't have to be blood related to be an ancestor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I totally get, because like George and I aren't blood, but I think we're stronger than that.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. Like you've just known somebody your whole life. But so I think that's what I would ask though, okay, so what is it like?
Okay.
To pass on, if I were able to ask any question.
Would you really want to know that though?
Yes.
Because if you knew it was great on the other side, would you want to stay here?
Ooh. Here's
because if it's not great on the other side, then that means, I guess it depends on what that means. If it's just like a purgatory, and all it is you just kind of get to go in and out. But for me though, like, because for me, like, you know, I go to therapy and they always ask you like, are you like, do you want to hurt yourself? And I'm like, no, I'm actually like very afraid of dying.
Yeah.
Like it's something that like keeps me up at night. Like I don't want this to end. I enjoy living. Like I love life. I love even like the shitty moments of life I enjoy having.
Because you're here.
Because I'm here. Like it's me. And so I think I would ask that and be like, hey, okay, so what is it then? If I got to ask questions like that.
Crazy.
I would ask, are you able to make choices?
Oh, or if you just appear.
Are you able to make choices?
Like, can I go to Japan as a spirit?
Yeah.
Like, can I go on holiday as a spirit? Or do I have to stay
here?
But I get it, though, because, like the stone tape theory, where if there's such a high release of energy, your energy is kind of stuck there. So, like, that's why you go to places where there was, like, a murder, something like that. Usually that spirit's still there because there was such a release of energy. It's coated, like, it coated the walls and everything, so they're stuck there.
Yeah, that, and I also think like it almost like how is Santa Claus everywhere at once? You know,
Riddle me that.
What if two two people needed you at the same time, like needed the same message.
But I feel like if you're at that plane of existence, you can like duplicate. Or like you have like it's like an ascended
Hey, yo, bro,
consciousness.
you cloning yourself?
What's the probability
That's what we
of
asked Christian.
two people that you really have a close relationship with needing you at the same time at the same moment? Unless they're just a troublesome person.
That's how the Earth was made. That's
how the Earth was made.
Yeah.
I would say what it is like if you, and maybe now that Ms. Black Culture is back, she can clarify. But I feel like if you were to be in like the astral plane, and you had, let's just say, for example, George is asking for me and Noah's asking for me, but they're like, you know, you guys are in Bali, George is in Arkansas, and they both are like, I could really use Austin's support or help or whatever. Or I'm like, but for some weird reason, they both need my guidance at that moment. I feel like you should be able to like split off and be both places at once.
But if you're able to make choices,
I would say that's the choice.
Yeah, and that's why it's a good idea. Maybe choices isn't the good.
Well, no,
answer there.
because
Can you duplicate yourself?
You do a lot of like communicating with your
me out.
ancestors. Do you ever ask and they just don't answer?
Yeah.
It's a choice. They're like, I ain't
They don't
fucking
give it.
answering you.
Listen, there's been times, sorry, I had to go sneak off into somebody's studio and find to raid the
And
cabinets.
we had some, right, with the Keurig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
like-
that fancy shit over
I don't
here.
know. I don't know what that entails.
Listen, I was all up in y'all drawers. I said, oh, this don't smell like roaches or nothing. So I had to go steal some tea because I was coughing so bad. It's
This
so
don't smell
cold
like
in
roaches
here.
or nothing.
But
It is
absolutely, I have ancestors that was like, girl, fuck you. I'm not giving you anything because you're not doing what I told you to do.
Yes.
You know, you can't split off and be in two spots at once. I mean, quantum jumping is a thing, y'all.
Quantum jumping.
Yes, it's so many different
my new
levels
prog
to
metal
this,
band.
but they have literally been like watching me praying and be like, please, please let this happen. And they're like,
Nah.
no.
But I
No.
also feel like we hear the things we want to hear.
Yes.
That is
You know
true.
what I mean?
Yes.
Like if it's a message that we're not willing to receive, then I
Absolutely.
don't feel like we hear that.
Yeah, they be telling
You know
me,
what I
don't
mean?
do that.
Okay, don't do that.
You be like, should I marry this girl after knowing her for 2 weeks? Absolutely not. And you be
Absolutely.
like, oh, go ahead, I'm gonna marry
I met her at the club. She loves me.
Right, she loves me for me.
She loves me for me, and then you find out, oh, I don't have Benjamins anymore. She
Right,
didn't pay me any
right.
attention. So George asked you while you were gone. He said, if you were able to communicate with your ancestor, like as if I'm communicating with you right now, what would you ask him? And I said, because and we've talked about this before. I actually got in a lot of trouble for this from the Beehive because I said I don't necessarily believe in heaven or hell, and I don't necessarily believe in the whole God aspect. Now, that's not to
Yes.
say I don't believe that there's something else, because
Right.
clearly my experiences have shown otherwise.
Yeah.
So I was saying that I'm actually like very afraid of dying. Like it's
Yes.
actually like it keeps me up at night.
Yes.
So I would ask my like Christian, for example, if I was able to have a conversation with him, I'd be like, what is it like once you, like what happens? Like, is there like, you have to fill out paperwork? Is it like boot camp where
You
you
gotta
have
pay
to
them
stay in a room 24 hours and
No,
then they're
you
like,
gotta
"There's
pay
the
them
currency."
spiritual reparations. Let me tell you what it's like
like
to
a
die.
council?
According, yes, listen,
That's not a fair question to ask her, by the way.
I've never died. Let me
But
just,
she still talks to her ancestors, so it's not fair to ask her. What would she
No.
ask her ancestors when she communicates
oh,
with
I'll
them
be
daily?
begging. I'm like a kid. I'll be like, I'll get them an offering, and then I'll be like, okay, y'all know y'all my favorite ancestors, right? Knowing them as my only ancestors, for real, for real. And I'll ask, and I talk to them just like how we communicate. I pray to them, whatever. But from my understanding, like, this is why this show is so amazing. I am not afraid to die. The only thing that worries me is my children if I were to go too early.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what,
not
because like who's
afraid of
gonna
it.
take care of them? Yeah, you
Right.
want to make sure they're set up. I get that.
So that's the aspect that scares me about death. It's not the actual dying, because I've listened to so many people that's had near-death experiences. I've watched so many shows. I've read articles and books on people who study near-death experiences. And from what I'm reading and understanding is that you meet up with your ancestors and angels. They show you your life like a big movie. They tell you the things that you needed to work on in life. Okay, it's constructive criticism.
I just imagine like they're seeing you with like the lot lizard, and they're like, "What happened here?"
Yes.
George, they're playing back
This
the
is
lot
why-
lizard footage, and they're like, "What the fuck were you doing?"
Yes, this is why I tell y'all to do good, be good, because everything that you do, you can get away and be the Seven of Swords in this life all you want to. But once you get over there, you got to answer to that shit. And so, like they say, whenever you are passing and you're in that stage where you meet your ancestors and they give you permission to die, it's like they literally are showing you this movie, angels, God, whatever, and all you feel is light and love. So there's the spiritualist and the semi, not really atheist, but we don't have a better word for it.
It's agnostic.
Agnostic.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because it's like I don't believe that there is an afterlife. It's I don't believe especially like the thing that gets me about religion, and I think I don't like religion. Oh, Kamisha just became a member. Thank you so much to Kamisha.
So much, Kamisha.
We got our first member, so enjoy that. The first episode of the bonus show is already up. So go enjoy that after this, and then there'll be another one up tomorrow as well as some extra content Danette is filming because Danette's on it.
Yeah.
Actually, Danette's going to become an editor now. She's going to be editing a little bit.
Fancy, my lady. Sorry, I've been binge watching Game of Thrones since I've been sick. Huh? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me?
No, we can hear you, but you look mad red.
Yeah, it's like a camera thing.
Okay.
I was just about to say,
like she looked like a Cherokee.
She actually
Indian.
just got. Yeah. She actually has spent too much time out in the sun. Don't listen to her being dead over the weekend. No, she was in Cancun. Don't listen.
Next week I'll be in the Bahamas.
There you go. You're just getting pre-ready.
Excited.
But so the thing that gets me about religion, and because I grew up in it, I went to church almost every week with my grandmother, and it's necessarily maybe not a religion thing, but it's a people thing where people are like, I'm religious. So like there's a YouTube video I saw, and it was a really cool episode or a really cool series I saw until he started going on about preaching about, he's like, I have God in my business and all that. But 2 episodes beforehand, he was roasting he's making fun of somebody he never met. Like calling him names and stuff. And so what I see a lot of people doing with religion, and I know it's not everybody. I know it's not. And hopefully for people that it is, like maybe they understand it and they go, oh, okay, I can be better. But they use religion and I get it. Like he died for your sins, washed away.
Go ahead,
but they
know.
but they I see a lot of people, especially during political season, a lot of people will be absolutely horrible people. And I'm not saying I'm a great person. I'm not saying that at all.
He is. Don't let him fool you.
But I see these people being like, yeah, I don't like minorities. God, I'm just so grateful. God's going to wash me away. And it's like,
oh my gosh, they're delusional. Spiritual psychosis.
They're treating it as though it's like
real.
Because of that, they can do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I feel like
guess what? They're going to what?
Fafo.
Fafo. That's the new word of the day. Fafo.
Fafo.
That's what they do to people. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, it just confuses me because if Jesus died for your sins, right? And then he rose from the dead 3 days later. And he was a walking, living man, right? How do you get mad at me for talking to my grandmother that I knew in this life? Whenever it's all, quote unquote, necromancy or whatever, you know? So it's like you say, oh, no, don't practice necromancy. Don't practice witchcraft or whatever. But it's all throughout. It's in the Bible.
Yep.
So that's why I try to
the minister we had on, which she does her show here too.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry for coughing in y'all ear. That's why I got up because I was going through it.
But the one we did the show with, I think it's only on your channel now because Bizarre Junkies isn't a thing anymore. But she even said when I interviewed her, I am not the typical Christian because I do how can you believe in Jesus but not be paranormal?
Yeah.
Because he was paranormal.
He was a ghost. He's a spirit.
You guys say the Holy Ghost in your prayers. But that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. George.
That's going to have to be a topic for our members.
That's going to be the bonus show, and I'm going to get canceled from the bonus show.
No, you're not.
That's
because
what the first caller put us into. She put us into a tailspin of this.
Even though she had nothing to do.
I don't even know what I walked into. I just got my tea, and I'm just sipping my tea at some of the stuff y'all leave underneath my videos. It's weird.
Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah, I think so. So who do we have next, George? And we're trying to go in order.
1734. Star 6 to unmute yourself. This number is familiar to me. How's it going, caller?
Hey.
Hey there.
Hey, Sam.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Good. I'm so sad that you guys are unwell, though. But we really do appreciate you coming on tonight, though. We really do love you.
We do it for you guys
so much. We literally do it for y'all because I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I thought I had that vid.
We had to. And I'm gonna give you your time. But just to kind of preface, we kind of formalized a little business behind the show, so everything's
Yes.
formal. But we both yesterday she was like, "Yes, sir, I'll be at work tomorrow." And then today when I was at the doctor, say, "Hey, what's our health policy plan?"
Right.
As if we have one, but
because I need some PTO because at this point
I have a doctor's note that says I actually don't need to work until tomorrow. So technically, I could have taken today.
You know what I do? I do with doctor's notes because they give it to you automatically nowadays. I just put it on the desk and I turn around and be like, "You're off." It feels so good just to be like, "Oh no, I can't do it." But we're here because we love you guys and we want to hear the stories and we want to keep the show moving. So thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Yes, and we're totally going to give you your time, but I wanted to get that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not a problem. Not a problem. So, my next stories, Noah, sometimes I feel like the universe with your videos just like are telling me to tell these stories because I watched your last video on mimics. I definitely have a story. I got 2 stories for you for that. Okay. Now, all right. So the first one, all right. So I was 13, 14 years old. I was living with my mama, obviously. And we lived in a haunted apartment. We knew it was haunted. And it was one of them spirits that just always like to fuck with us. Okay. It wasn't too major. It was subtle things. Like me and my mom came to the conclusion one day in the middle of the night, to be very clear, I'm dead to the world at 13 or 14. You know what I mean? When I used to sleep. And the only way that you could wake me up, it was either a subtle shake or whatever, or yelling very loudly to wake me up. Keep that in mind. So we came to that conclusion when my mom one day told me, like, listen, do you ever feel like in the middle of the night that there's something tapping on your shoulder, like to wake you up? I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, we just sat there like, okay, we don't know nothing. All right. So we just like ignored it. You know what I mean? We don't see it. We don't hear it. We're not acknowledging you. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you do, but you're not going to get a rise out of us. However, it was like it amped it up just a tiny bit, especially with me. So summertime, my mom worked. Obviously, it's summer. I'm home from school. So I'm sleeping in a dead-ass sleep, and then all of a sudden I hear my mother's voice, but not my mother's voice, saying, "Nicole, honey, get up." Just like that. Just the way she would say it. It's if there's a necessity to get up and you have something to do, you better get your ass up, basically. It was sweet, but it was time to get up. So I get up and I walk out to the living room, which is right next to my bedroom, and I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm expecting my mom at her computer chair. Nothing. Okay, so I keep going in the kitchen. Nobody. Bathroom, nothing's closed, no lights on. And all of a sudden I just realized, oh, shit, my mother's at work. She never misses work. So you ever seen that Bart Simpson gif where he slowly backs into the bushes?
I sure have.
I dead ass. I am not shitting you. That's the way I walked in backwards to my room. And I shut the door, and I did not come out until my mama got home. And I told her what happened, and she was like, yeah, that definitely wasn't me. But she was like, let's just keep it on. I believe you, but... I'm like, yeah, I know, you didn't hear it, no nothing, so that was one. So, and then way fast forward, at the time I was going through some struggles, so I was living at my best friend's house. Her house is haunted. I don't know what's up with these goddamn spirits that just cling to me.
Where do you live? Okay. Halloween Town, girl? What is going on?
Listen, I'm not... When I tell these stories to people, they think I'm lying. Listen, I ain't got time to be making up some shit. I got work. I got kids. I got a husband I got to tend to.
Right, she got responsibilities.
These bills still got to get paid no matter what.
Right. And it's not my fault. I have stories, all right? I have true stories. But anyways, her house is haunted. And that spirit, subtly again, her specific spirit loved to fuck with me. Very subtle, opening drawers out the room, but you never see a drawer open, shit like that. She had a dog. So I have a witness. Well, I had a witness at the time that'll let you know that I heard what he heard. But anyways, once again, I'm sleeping. These motherfuckers like to fuck with me.
Of course.
They know not to fuck with me while I'm sleeping. All right? Anyway, all of a sudden, I'm sleeping. My best friend, she goes to school for nursing at the time. And so I'm, again, unaware of what's going on. I'm half dead to the world. And all of a sudden I hear, Nicole, in her exact voice. And all of a sudden I yell out, what? Like, when I get up and I'm looking around, I'm looking for her. She ain't home. I'm like, she's at fucking school. I'm like, what the fuck? And I went back in the living room and I just like, you know what, y'all, I said out loud, y'all need to stop fucking with me, okay? I need my sleep. I have insomnia. Right? I really got mad.
Yeah, because it's like when you don't get enough sleep and then they come bothering you when you do, it's offensive. Like, at least bring some, what's it called? Is Ativan? That's some sleeping pills.
Oh.
At least bring something with you if you're going to come bother me.
Right, bring something, bring a gift, something. So show me that, hey, I just want to talk to you, you know, something. But no, these,
yeah,
right. Like, listen, I got to talk to you about something. No, but y'all want to bother me when I'm sleeping. Why? You know, I can't get no sleep. You know what I mean? I told Tyra about it, and she was like, you know what? When I was living with my boyfriend, he would come downstairs and be like, did you call me? And she'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Like that. So she's like, it's very, I mean, he said it'll be in my voice. And I was like, girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was like, but I don't feel no malevolence. I'm like, listen, it's bothering the shit out of me, though. When it interrupts my sleep. And she starts laughing and everything, but she believes me, too. I'm so glad I'm surrounded by people who has experienced other stuff. But
yeah.
No,
you have to have a village because they'll get you admitted if you don't. Because some of the things that you're saying, I 100% have experience. And the reason why I literally made that mimic video is because not only was it requested, but I've experienced it and I never told nobody about it. And it's absolutely terrifying. So I believe
it is.
I believe you. I believe you. Certain times, I'm trying to get in the camera. There we go. I've been trying to scoot on the low. Like, I didn't know which way because it's mirrored. But I literally have had so many times when they like to bother me when I'm asleep. It's never time, not recently at least. So I 100% agree you.
Yeah. And you know what? The first time you scared me. All right, the first time it really scared. I'm only 13, 14. I don't know what the hell's going on. But the second time, you know, at this point, it pissed me off.
I'm trying to sleep
it
in this.
Pissed me off.
Well, thank you so much. Yes,
no
it
problem,
will
guys.
irritate you, but thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes, thank you.
Nah, not a problem. Listen, y'all, have a good, well, I'll be on here, but have a good to hear the rest of y'all's stories, so let them through, all right?
Thank you so
much.
So,
all right, goodbye.
That mimic video was one of the only videos that I made that scared me because I've experienced it. It's absolutely scary. Like, I don't know why mimics, they choose at night while you're sleeping. They're just like sleep paralysis D words. They just prey on the people. I have literally experienced that so many times. And they pose as my kids, my mom, when I was in high school, siblings, everything. It's crazy.
You know, you guys have scared me into, I never fall asleep on my back. Ever. Because of you guys. You guys scare me.
Hell
you guys
no,
scare me, and I'm like, I'm not sleeping on my back. I know better.
So sleepy. If I'm on my back, I said, girl, you better roll your ass over. You better get on that side, that left side, get comfortable.
Roll over.
Roll over. Yep. Nope. I will not do that. I've learned my lesson. I fucked around too many times sleeping on my back, and it's just too much. I'm not.
Yeah. Nope. I'm okay. I'm okay. But George, you know what is okay? Who do we have next?
4747. 47, 47. That's a 4. That's a 7. That's a 4. That's a 7. Star 6.
This guy.
Just like to fill some dead air with the numbers 4747.
I told you guys about this beforehand, but George sent me an entire spreadsheet with a prediction for the NFL season. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like looking at a madman. He said it to me, and I was like, "What the?"
Jeez. 12 hours.
He did put my team as second in the division, so I was like, "All right,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that."
Caller, you're in the room. This is not a football show.
Our bad. We got distracted. ADHD coming in quick.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Doing well. This is Chastity, Luna Beams, or the Luminary Luna Beams, calling back in.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I hate to hear everybody's having sickness this week,
That's
but
because
hopefully
somebody's
y'all.
sending me that nasty energy they got on them. Just
Wasn't me.
Crusty energy. I don't understand. But thank you. So, for those who don't know, this is our resident medium. I promise. I did email you back, and I told you we're gonna get it together. But thank you so much for calling back.
Yes,
in.
I'm actually excited to hear your. I'm excited to hear every call, but when you call, it's like, all right.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, definitely. I know you're a busy woman and things are speeding up over here, but I'm super excited to do that. And yeah, I kind of saved this one. I was trying to think which story to tell you guys. And I'm picking one from when I've already started doing mediumship. So the first one I kind of told you guys I was just kind of getting ready for my mediumship. Now this one was last year. So this is a client case that I have been given permission to share, and it's about haunted objects.
Please do tell.
Juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell
so
the tea.
I have no. Yeah, it's crazy because haunted objects are in a classification of their own. So, you have haunted person, haunted place, haunted object. That's the way I classified. You're either a haunted person, you live in a haunted place, or you have a haunted object.
Yep.
This client, this was wild, y'all. So I knew I was going to take the case, but I did not know when. It was a Thursday night, and I had like a kind of an astral realm experience in a way, but I was in my room. And I was visited by what looked like the Grudge Girl. And she stood at the edge of my bed. And there on her side, it's like the white dress, the long black hair. And I don't know why, but I've seen several entities dealing with like haunting look like this. But she was standing beside my bed one night, and she grabbed onto my knee. And like I had to basically kick her out of my room in a way. I don't know how else to explain it, but there's a lot of, when you're dealing with entities and you're in that type of space, I guess you could say that dimension, it's not a lot of words all the time. It's more like telepathically. I had to kick her out. Well, the next day I found out that I was going to have a case that I had been preparing for, which I go in with no prior knowledge. And the girl actually went and investigated this place, and this was in Kentucky, and it's a few states away from me. And come to find out, the thing that visited me that night that looked like the Grudge Girl, I started channeling in, and when I channeled everything in and spoke to the client, it was actually what she was seeing in her house.
Oh, hell no.
And,
and
that
stressed me out. Wasn't expecting
I never get scared on this show, but you're doing it right now.
It's wild, man. I've had it happen, and this was one of the bigger ones because I was visualizing it. Like I remotely like viewed their house and walked through it. You could see the wooden it was like floor wood panels, but it was on the ceiling, and this thing was like latching onto the ceiling and climbing down. And some of the stories that she told me is like one night she woke up with the same thing with this girl or whatever. It's not a girl, whatever was standing beside of her bed. Like held her down in a sleep paralysis attack and scratched her head. And the weird thing about this girl, as I channeled her in, she had talons instead of fingernails that were long and black. And it like dripped. I know this sounds wild, y'all, but please bear with me here. It like dripped black ooze. Her face, when I saw her face and that hair come out from under her face, it wasn't a little girl. It had red eyes, and it was a skeleton face and like black ooze dripping out of it. And when it scratched her, she actually had to go to the hospital. And again, this is documented. I have this all recorded.
Wow.
And I will hopefully share it one day. Yeah, it left a black scar on her head that was actually, she said, dripping black ooze. And she ended up having a stroke shortly after. And when they looked at her, yes, it was wild. And come to find out, she had an attachment from a doll she had picked up in her previous home from Georgia. This is a long story, and I'm just trying to give y'all the good bits here. But we captured black mist or like a black shape on camera from the girl that went and investigated. And once we got rid of the doll, because that's where we pinpointed everything from, I have a friend in California that actually is a collector that keeps them safe, kind of like the Annabelle doll, right? He keeps them safe, and that doll was sent to him. I had her put it in a package. I had her bless it with holy oil. I had them wear gloves, just like they do with Annabelle.
I'm sorry, you said holy
we sent
oil?
It out to California. Yeah, holy oil.
What's the difference with that between that and holy water?
Not really anything. I guess it's just a preference, really. And, that's just kind of whatever they had on hand. For me, I haven't noticed a difference, just blessed oil and blessed water.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story. I was just wanting some clarification on that.
Sure, absolutely. You can ask me anything. But yeah, I mean, we sent it out to California, and he got the box, and he's kind of sensitive too. I would go as far to say he's probably a medium himself, but he's still learning.
Right.
But he opened that box up. Now, granted, they put it out in their building, so I'm not going to try to make this extra than it probably already is. But when he opened that box up, he literally took the doll out and everything, and all of a sudden he felt something behind his ear, and a fucking black widow was behind his ear. It manifested, he said. He swears it manifested. So he keeps this doll in his collection now. Yeah, it was wild. Like, they had so many bad things, and they had 2 children too they were the aunt uncle taking care of them, and the kids were having problems. It pushed the uncle down the stairs like 3 times. He hurt his knee. I mean, it was really bad. And there was another earthbound spirit in the house of like a man that chain smoked. He was in the closet, and I found out that there was a portal entryway too that this thing was hopping in and out of in the closet. And the chain smoker was her uncle. And like, I never met these people at all, but this thing, like, for whatever reason, the whole point is haunted objects, they're in a complete classification of their own. It's almost like, how can I say this? It's almost like this dark abyss that they come from, because they're purely evil. They don't necessarily attach just to the doll either. It's a common misconception that these entities are in the doll. No, they're associated with the doll because of the humans that have the affection towards that object.
Oh, okay.
It's just like Annabelle. Like, I met Annabelle in 2021 at the first Seekers of a Supernatural Paracon, and I didn't feel shit. I didn't feel nothing. But the thing next to her, and I paid for that too, the thing next to her was super creepy. I felt energy all over it. But, you know, I had some things happen on the way. I met her on Halloween in 2021. I had some things happen on the way back. You know, commonly they say, I didn't feel anything in Annabelle. I was like, not sure if this is even the real doll. But we ended up getting into a minor car accident on the way back. And that's the common reported. I didn't even know that at that time either. We ended up bending a tire rim on a rental car, and that was some shit. But, yeah, that was kind of one of my scariest stories.
That was genuinely terrifying. You could only really see my face, but everybody else in the studio had their jaw dropped when you were talking about the scratch.
It's so funny. She even brought up
haunted.
Haunted. I'm trying not to get my coughs in y'all ear. That's why I keep running out like because I hate it when people do it to me. But it's so funny you brought up haunted objects, because I've been researching for my next video, because there's a lot of people that have the opinion that haunted objects are even worse than haunted houses. The things that are attached to them are purely demonic in most cases. So it's so funny that, you know, you called it and said, I met Annabelle. I met Annabelle too.
That's crazy.
But I know there wasn't nothing in that doll. Like, that was just a replica, but they had her in one of those cases, like from Big, you know, the fortune teller case.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, at a tattoo shop like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
So, but
it's creepy. Haunted objects are wild.
Yeah, for sure. They say it's way worse to have a haunted doll, a haunted monkey. I just did something on TikTok not too long ago about the haunted stuffed monkey. Those kind of things are demonic. Did you see that on my TikTok?
I did.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah,
creepy.
no.
Yeah,
but
they are.
So
They're very low vibrational.
Yeah,
the demonic
cases,
beings.
Yep.
Yes. And y'all are welcome. I just wanted to come on quick and share that with y'all. I finally got to catch another live, so thank you. And I look forward to.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
I'm over here dying.
Yeah.
But I watched some of her content and I loved it. I literally, she made a video on spirit spouses.
Does she have like a TikTok or like a YouTube?
Oh, she has a YouTube.
Okay.
She has
I'm
a
gonna
podcast.
need that. I'm gonna need that.
She was talking about spirit spouses, and a lot of y'all got spirit spouses and don't even know it. And she really talks about a lot of things that are very, very interesting. So if you're into that kind of stuff, she does a podcast and she's on YouTube.
Tremendous. Well, I mean, with stories like that, I would hope so.
Mm-hmm.
George, who do we have next? We're probably gonna get a couple more, and then we'll go on a quick little break, because I do want everybody to see the teaser from the ghost hunt that is premiering tomorrow night on the Truly Bizarre. I've been working on it for a couple months. Comes out tomorrow night. It's already been up for members since Friday, and the members are eating it up. They said that it's really good. They've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
George enjoyed it. George also was like an editor on it, so.
Yes.
I did my pot. 0503 will be our next caller. It's going to be a very good trailer, people. Caller, you're in the room.
Hey, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey there.
How are you guys? This is Lucy. I'm one of Noah's patrons.
Hi.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys? I'm so sorry you guys are not feeling,
Trying. Thank you.
We
We're trying to
appreciate
get
it.
it together. Trying. Got my tea over here.
And I have my Red Bull because that's what you should be drinking when you're sick.
I just had to put the
That's
Red Bull
good. That's
down.
good. You know, my grandma used to have a little Get Better recipe where you would take a couple of Tylenols and down it with a little shot of whiskey and just go to bed.
Yes, it's like
And you
hot
feel better
toddy.
in the next day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why I was able to come in because
NyQuil works wonders.
Yes, listen, my dad
That
used to make
too.
me, my stepdad used to make me hot toddies, and some of my patrons, some of the people on the Discord for the trip were like, make a hot toddy, and I'm like, okay, bet, because who doesn't want to be a little tipsy and feel better?
I mean, hey,
Exactly. Well, I don't have anything scary per se, like your last couple. I was
That's
just
okay.
wanting to call and share a little bit of a little story that I had experienced. Excuse me. After I had my first son.
okay.
So a little bit of a backstory. Around the age of 14, my grandfather had passed away. He had been sick for a while. And the only reason I remember this was because I was in middle school and I was looking forward to my junior high prom. And I wasn't able to get to go because we were in mourning. So my grandfather had been gone for about, I would say about 6 or 7 years. And by the time I had my first son, you know, I was still living at home. I was having problems with the dad, but that has nothing to do with the story. One night I had bed and he was about, I would say he was about 5 months old. And I put him to bed in his crib, and, you know, because I shared the same room with him, I went to bed as well. In my dream that night, my grandfather came to me, and he didn't say anything with words, but I was so happy to see him because I had missed him so much.
Right.
But in my dream, my grandfather, he appeared. So I saw my whole bedroom in my dream, and my grandfather appeared next to my son's crib. And it was this look that my grandfather had been giving me that made me, I guess, alarmed. So I actually woke up from the dream because he had been pointing to the baby. And I woke up at that moment, and I jumped out of bed to go check on my son because I'm like, why would my grandfather, who's never visited me before, all of a sudden come to me tonight? And it turns out that my son had rolled over onto his belly,
Shut up.
but his face was planted into the mattress.
Oh, my goodness.
So I immediately picked him up and turned him over. I checked to make sure he was okay. He was still breathing. He wasn't turning blue or anything, but that kind of solidified for me that, yeah, my grandfather was my guardian angel, or he was my son's guardian angel, because who knows what would have happened had I not checked on him at that exact moment.
Right. Yes.
So that was just one of the stories that I wanted to share to let people know. Sometimes, you know, sometimes after someone's passed, because like I said, it had been years since my grandfather had passed away, and I'd never seen him in any dreams. He's never come to me, and he hasn't come to me since. But he did come to me that night, and I 100% believe that it was him warning me to tell me, Lucy, check on the baby, and I did. The next day, I had told my parents about it, and since he's my father's dad, my father almost cried.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And I really wish that I could see him again, but
Right.
you know, things happen. There must be a reason why he's probably out there doing his thing. But I'm really grateful for my grandfather for coming to me that night and saving my son. I honestly believe that.
Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Lucy, because people don't understand your ancestors, even though like you knew them or whatever the case is, your kids have never met any of your ancestors. They're still their ancestors. So they're still going to protect, whether that be going to the child directly or going to the parent. They're still going to protect because they're still lineage members. That was beautiful. I'm so glad that was a happy ending. So many parents don't have that type of ending whenever it comes to babies, you know?
Yes. And I'm 100% grateful to him for that. But thank you guys so much for letting me share the story.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
That was a stark contrast for the story before.
Yeah. That kind of calmed it down some because,
Well, have a great night, guys.
Thank you. You as well. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick little break real quick, kind of regroup.
Give me a chance not to coffee on air.
Yeah.
Or sniffle.
Should be for me. It's a little lower down.
Got it.
Oh, we just got a super chat in. We'll read that real quick while we're getting ready to. From Kali saying $11.10. First, love y'all to life, down and up. Noah, have you experienced or heard of 7-Eleven, all of them being a portal?
Yes.
It's
a conspiracy theory, but I've heard it.
I have. Okay. Sorry. While George is getting that set up, my little one loves Slurpees.
Mine's too.
So he go, ask Daddy. Slurpees. Come like right up to my face and asks me. So, you know, occasionally we'll go get him one. And it's the same guys. They know me now.
Yeah.
And every time I go in there, there's some like, it's I don't want to say it's low energy. It's interesting energy.
Yes.
It's like you go in and you're like, what am I going to see? Go to the one. And I think Danette went to the one right down here.
Oh, God.
Right by Fremont.
Oh my
never
God.
Again.
Never again.
No.
I just stopped at that one. And this homeless guy was like, well, I don't even know if he was homeless. He was like, hey, because I was in a rush. And I'm like, I got to get these cups. Like, I need you to. He's like, excuse me, man, can you buy me a Black and Mild? It's like, sure.
At least you don't have the guy outside the dispensary like I did going, hey, you got CashApp?
Oh, my
like,
God.
No, let me go buy my weed in peace.
No,
Right.
Worst thing outside a dispensary I've ever had was a freaking little kids basketball team.
Oh, of course. And they're always selling something to eat. They know us.
That's smart, though. That's smart.
Just like the
Sir,
Girl
would you
Scout
like to fundraiser
cookies.
basketball team?
No, George gets on their ass. He's like, how much did you pay?
Right.
What's the markup on this?
Right.
Yeah. Cameron almost paid $6 for one king-size candy bar. I'm like,
Oh, my gosh.
they're 5.
Yeah. They were
them
definitely
business.
going to
Teach them business. You got to
Teach 'em
understand the
early.
market value, buddy.
All right, I got it.
All right, so thank you so much, everybody. We're going to be right back. I'm going to show you guys
Don't
this.
leave, y'all.
Don't leave.
Watch the trailer.
Watch the trailer. This is what you guys can expect coming up tomorrow night, live on Truly Bizarre. Not live, but premiering. This is the paranormal investigation George and I did at a house in Good Springs. So please enjoy. We'll be right back after this. While swapping out camera batteries, Steven began to feel like there was something outside with us.
That's interesting.
Somebody here?
That's it. Just look at that.
Outside?
Is your finger on the button? Oh. Wow.
What, do we have other things like the voice box or something that we can...
You his.
Let's turn that puppy on. Are you outside like I've been...
One sec.
Are you here outside? What's your name?
Daniel?
Is that right?
Oh, it lit up when you said Daniel.
Is your name Daniel?
Jeff?
Who's gonna judge?
Who's gonna judge? Is that what you heard?
Yeah. No judgment from me. Do you know who I am? Do I live here? Do I own the place?
Yes.
I do.
Who's that?
This is Steven. Do you know I own this property?
Oh.
It's outside. That's the thing.
Are you curious about what we're doing out here?
You're out here. Do you know what we're doing?
It's slow down.
We're trying to communicate. Then keep talking to us.
How does it go fine? Like go fine.
Stop.
Stop our investigation? Is that what you're saying? Yes or no? Do you want us to stop this investigation? Okay, are we okay to continue? Who am I talking with?
The match? It's that time?
Are you going to share this house with me? Maybe. Will you let me sleep at night?
No.
We're outside.
Yes.
Yes, we're outside.
We've been waiting.
Yes, look at this.
Yeah. Now we
Wow.
Oh my God. What's going on?
This is crazy.
Will you keep communicating with us? Are you still here? Yes.
Oh my, it peaked.
Right.
It peaked again.
CC.
Is it a Spanish entity here?
Are you? Yeah. Are you Mexican?
Can you do me a favor? Can you ask it something in Spanish? Can you just ask like, how many of there are you?
¿Cuántas personas están afuera ahora?
It doesn't like that you speak Spanish.
¿Cuántas personas están afuera ahora?
Are you the one that looks in the bedroom window from outside? Because it freaks me out.
We haven't had this much activity all night.
No.
We've nothing.
You have a Spanish entity.
Could be.
Well, I mean, it was speaking in Spanish to us.
So this is an interesting thing is that Good Springs, at one point, when people were coming in, when it was a mining town, there were blocks just like in major cities where you have like Chinatown and Italy, Little Italy, and stuff like that.
How many people were here during the boom?
It was like 800 to 1,000 at the height.
It's a pretty significant amount of people.
So it was by street, so you didn't have full-on, large neighborhoods like New York or something, but you had the Italian street, the Spanish street, and we found even later that there was a report of an Italian being stabbed, and we realized that might have been another murder at the saloon because they said one of the local bars. So it's quite possible, at one point you would have had plenty of Spanish-speaking people here.
Well, I mean, this was all Spanish territory at one point.
Well, yeah.
What were you pointing at?
The lights. There we go. I was telling Danette to cut the lights. I'm glad everybody got to see. Yeah, I'm glad to see everybody enjoyed the teaser. That comes out tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, Katrina, I decided to just put on my thinking cap and really get it done. I really wanted it out for you guys. So I got bit by the creativity bug and I was like, I'm going to get it done. So I went and got it done. But I'm very proud of it. Yeah, so it's tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be in the chat. It's premiering, so it's kind of like a live stream, but it's premiering. If you're a YouTube member, though, or if you want to be a YouTube member, if you can't wait till tomorrow, you can go be a YouTube member over on my channel, I believe for as little as 99 cents, and get access to it. So that's going to be there tomorrow. George, how do you feel about it? You were there. You lived it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be one of those ghost hunts that people look at and they're like, because people are proud of like the growth, you know. I think if you've really watched from the first ghost hunt to this ghost hunt, you'll appreciate like how far we've come in being able to interpret and understand.
Yeah,
we're getting smarter, people. That's what you're going to see. We're becoming smarter.
I think
Spirit hunters.
Yeah, we're just doing it more often. It's more repetitions. We're trying to do way more too. I mean, George and I have been having meetings about we're trying to go maybe Arizona, maybe California, maybe Northern Nevada. We're trying to do more for sure. It's just when I tell you it is so hard to get into somewhere as a paranormal investigator, it is incredibly because most businesses don't want that. They don't want people knowing they got spirits running around. Was that a ghost? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'll toss this out in the ether because I really do feel like it's a good idea. I don't want to go unseen.
Right.
The calls, the best calls that we get, I would love to eventually make documentaries or like short little videos.
Absolutely.
You know, depicting what these people are talking about and going and interviewing them in person as we're taking the tour across the country. Something like that.
Definitely in the works. Definitely seeing how we can make it happen.
I just think right now it's like laying the foundations. What are the best calls? What are the calls that, you know, like really resonate with people?
Well, I mean, we've had 2 in the past few weeks from Miss Luna that crazy. The scratch, the possession.
Yes.
That possession one was crazy.
Yes, and I've been in contact with her in my email, and I told her like, "Hey, I hit her with the hey big head, how you doing?
Hey big head."
So it's a lot of things. I know we talked about a show. What was that, like the week before last?
Yeah.
So we trying to get it together. Trying to get it together for y'all.
Yes, we are. But a way you can help us by doing that is being right here on the channel. Just so you guys know, every super chat, every member donation, everything, every merch sale goes directly towards helping us do these bigger ideas. I mean, it's not just lining our pockets.
No.
Eventually, no, just kidding.
Right.
Eventually, we're gonna have Benzes.
Yeah.
That are gonna roll up in these behind the scenes.
That'll be Discovery's problem.
That'll be Discovery's problem. That's gonna be I don't know how to act money.
Right. And that's just what it just comes down to. Like the things that you guys, the way you support us, I should say, the super chat. We literally just put it back into Calls From Beyond.
We use it to buy you guys merch for giveaways. I mean, really, we're making sure George can be here.
Yes,
that's the main thing. We need George here. But also,
I got a fancy gold chain. You know, you don't get fancy gold chains.
Look, see,
if you don't engineer shows.
Hey, speaking of fancy gold chains, we're gonna get some Calls From Beyond gold. You know, I really love gold chains. I have a thing. Someone asked me like, what's the inches on your chain?
Yeah, Matthew asked that earlier.
And I'm like, I have no idea. I just received gifts and I got
what's a chain? I'm not really a jewelry guy.
Listen, I went to LA because this was my pendulum on its own. Like I got it for Christmas a couple of years ago, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So I was like, I want to make it more fancy. So I went to LA and I had them put a gold post in it, but I really, really love gold. So one of these days I'm going to have Calls From Beyond.
Oh yeah, or a cauldron, or
they're tax write-offs as well because that's advertising.
I mean,
okay,
dude, like when the spiritualists hit like the jewelry store, it's first time ever, you know, like that they're really gonna like give me decked out.
No, you can never lie to a spiritualist. I'm like, is this really the best price you can do? Because my ancestors tell me something different.
Something tells me these diamonds are fake.
Oh, listen,
Mr. Fresh in the chat saying you're welcome.
Thank you, boo, because I don't know what inches. As a matter of fact, if you could please let Matthew know, because they are layered and all of it is gold. And I really love gold. Gold is a protection method for me. Like I don't just wear it just because.
Well, that too.
Yes. Yep.
You got to be styling.
Styling and profiling, you know.
Styling and profiling.
That's how it goes.
Oh, man. All right. So I think, are we ready for our next caller?
Yes.
Yes,
I am so sorry, y'all. I've been MIA because I'm not trying to cough in y'all ears. It's like something got me by the throat in here.
Unfortunate.
Ain't nothing going on in here.
011. 60.
While we're pulling up that caller, Kali said, how about a meet and greet story time / talk to spirit event at a haunted venue in South Cali? There's a place I want to go to in San Diego, but they don't do like private. Hello.
Oh, we're so sorry. Our bad. We just talking. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey. My name is Nicole.
Hello,
I'm
Nicole.
from Canada.
Hey.
I've been dying to call in and chat with you guys because I have a few stories, but I'll leave it at one.
Well, I'm glad you're able to call in.
Years ago. Oh, I've been so dying to, but
Wait,
yeah,
real
no,
quick.
years ago.
What time is it in Canada? Just really, really quick. I'm trying to see something.
8:26.
That's an hour. Well, what part of Canada are you in? Sorry,
If you don't mind,
we're not doing geography from beyond.
We never have anybody over like seas or not in the United States. I mean, we may have one person, but I just was curious to see what time frame.
I'm in Alberta, southern Alberta.
Okay. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm so ghetto. My bad.
Oh, no problems. No, years ago when I was about 14, one of my uncles passed away, and I'm actually from a native background.
Okay.
But I'm not really that knowledgeable on it all. But I was up there for his funeral, and I decided I was going to stay with my aunt and my cousin, the ones who lost my uncle. They had, my cousin had her son recently, and so I was like, oh, I'll stay and help them out and, you know, do what I can.
Right.
Well, after his funeral happened, I was out in the living room just kind of having a quiet time. And my cousin Cody, the little baby, he started whining and crying. And I go into his room. He's not awake. He's asleep. And I just kind of had this feeling like somebody was in there. And so I was like, okay, hold up. My mom already warned me about this kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, Uncle, is that you? And my cousin started fussing a little bit again. So I was like, okay, Uncle, you cannot be bothering my cousin while he's sleeping. He needs his rest. And then I go back in the living room. The baby's fine. He goes back to sleep, no problem. And then I can hear my aunt crying down the hall in her sleep. So I go down the hall and I poke my head in. Yep, she's sleeping, but she's crying in her sleep. And I said, Uncle, you cannot be bugging Aunt Lorna right now. I know you miss her and you want to comfort her, but she needs her rest. So you need to leave her alone. And preemptively, I was like, you got to also leave your daughter alone because she needs her rest to look after her son. And then the night was quiet from then on.
Wow. That's crazy. So do you feel like in all actuality that was your uncle or it was someone else?
I'm pretty sure it was my uncle because his favorite chair was rocking back and forth in the living room with me that night.
Okay. All right. Never mind. I was gonna not me trying to plot twist it. I'm like, never mind. Well, I know for sure.
Well, funny enough, I was going to say, funny enough, he's Frog Clan. And when my aunt and cousins go to his gravesite, because they live in BC, when they talk with him, they'll see a frog come out and hang out on his grave.
Okay. See, this is why I need, you said you have a native background?
Yeah.
I've said it in my videos.
Tlingit.
Okay, I've said it in my videos. My native brothers and sisters have all the tea because that I've never heard of, going to a gravesite where you can see like the spirit, because what else would it be? You're at their grave. I don't know any of the belief systems of some native tribes and different things like that. Is that normal or is that something that's customary to see spirit that clear?
Sometimes, yeah. Well, for us, I know when I've gone to BC to go to the grave sites, you'll sit and you'll have coffee with them and you'll actually give them coffee and then you give them tobacco and you can bring them sweet treats and stuff and you hang out and you talk with them and you reminisce. And sometimes you'll see signs in nature like they're there.
So it's very similar to like African American ancestor veneration. We also give coffee, water, sweets, things that they like in life, cigar smoke, all of that stuff. So I just thought that was really interesting because something like that happened to me when my dad died. He was knocking on the side of a nightstand that I had in my room. I thought it was my door, and I said out loud, "Dad, please stop. You're scaring me." And it just stopped. And it was so loud. I thought my sister was knocking on my door, and it was not her. And at first, I didn't really believe. I thought it was like a trickster spirit. So that's why I asked you, like, do you believe that it was him? But I'm pretty sure since his chair was rocking, it was him.
Yeah, well, my cousin at the time, the baby, he would come kind of crawling in, and he'd look up and point at the chair and say, "Papa." So we're pretty sure it was him because we're like, you see him.
Right. Yeah. If you don't feel anything and babies don't have no veil, I've said it 1,000,001 times. They see things that we cannot.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure that was him. Thank you so much for sharing. I love this.
Yeah, no, we've been getting some great calls.
Much.
I'm glad you finally got to be able to call in as well.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, not a problem. I'm glad I got to share it.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night. Feel better, you guys.
Too.
Thank you, and you have a great night as well.
Yeah, listen. Once the baby starts saying their names, Papa.
Yep. Because your little one did that, right?
Oh my God, scared the shit out of me. I said, this got to be. My daughter literally told the whole story of how her Papa passed away, and I didn't even know that man. Like, I did not know him, but I knew his circumstances of him passing. And I guess he was communicating with her more than he ever communicated with me because she knew at 2.5, 3 years old how he passed and was just like, yeah, my pop, he ran into a tree in his car.
He had too much apple juice.
He just had too much apple juce. And I'm like, sitting there like.
First of all, who?
Right. I said, oh, really? Who told you that? Nonchalantly, my pop. Like, somebody come get this kid. Scared the hell out of me.
Thankfully, my little one has not done that yet. But
listen, they're smart. They're little spiritualists. Them babies, they be having past lives.
Like that caller we keep getting in with the warmed up apple juice.
Yes. Oh, her son. It's
the paper in the morning. He's reading the Dow Jones is down 100 points.
He has investments. Okay.
He still has an offshore account. He's like, I need to know what I was doing.
Right.
I gotta come back.
Yes. I hope she's in here because we really love the stories about her baby.
Yes. George, would you come back if like you knew like you could do more sports bets?
Oh yeah.
If you're like, now I know I can put on Caleb Williams.
Do you want to come back? If you had the choice, would you come back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? It's ghetto here. It's polluted. It's dirty.
I
and
know.
Expensive.
I know.
And you cough
maybe,
a lot.
And you cough a lot.
But maybe that's just what I like, I'm just a creature of habit. I don't know what the other side is, so I don't want to. I don't want to say I want to do it because like, what if it's bad?
So that's another thing. Like people that have almost died are like they did not want to come back. The ones that came back, they're like, oh, I was super disappointed, but they told me like it's not time. I don't want to come back to this ghetto motherfucker. I promise. If I wake up and I'm somebody's kid and I'm a newborn and they looking at me and I'm looking at them, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry the first 6 months just off GP because I had to come back. Like day and night, all day. I want table food. I don't want no milk. I don't want none of it.
I know Taco Bell brought back the quesarito.
Wagyu A5.
I can't.
Wagyu A5.
Man,
I want Korean barbecue, goddamn.
Yes, please. Please.
Take me to the cannery.
Ribs. Yes, take me to anywhere. I don't want to come back. And I may change my mind once I'm up there. Who knows? But I'm hoping that I do well enough here where they're not like, okay, time to recycle because I'm going to be pissed.
Time to recycle.
I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be upset.
It's like the news up there in heaven. We are recycling more humans now than ever.
Come on, man.
This is how like presidents are elected in heaven.
Yeah, I don't.
How many humans are we going to recycle?
Yep.
We got 2 super chats in. One from Kamisha for $4.99. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Says, could I get dirt from my grandparents' grave and put it on my altar?
Yes, but you got to ask. You have to ask, do your proper divination. always come with respect, because remember, you're asking them for something from their final resting place. So whenever you go there, if you don't know how to like divinate, I would highly recommend bringing someone that does, whether they do tarot, whether they throw bones, a medium, you can use a pendulum, but make sure you ask and make sure you bring an offering as a thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a $5 Canadian, I think, super chat from Lynn April. And I think it's just showing love.
So much.
Thank you so much for that. Make sure you guys are joining the Discord. We're trying to be more active in there. The memes in there are fire.
Yeah.
Some of y'all dropping too much heat. You're getting taken down, okay? Some of y'all got taken down. It's okay.
That's all right.
It's all right. We have to test the waters. I get it.
Discord doesn't have as much limitations as TikTok or YouTube, does it?
It's whatever we decided to be.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can't post like pornography. Actually, no, you can, I think.
Yeah, I have no idea. I finally learned how to use it. I feel like
You feel cool.
a Gen Z. I'm cool. I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool
I'm
mom.
a cool mom. I'm a Discord mom.
I'm a Discord mom.
No, you're. You could say you're a mod mom.
I'm a mod
mom.
You're a mod mom.
Oh, yes, because I did not know how to use that.
Guan.
Granted, Guan.
Yeah, mod
Granted, I had to
mom.
have my 11-year-old teach me, and she's like, "You're too old for this," and I'm like, "Excuse me."
Whoa.
I'm a millennial. I'm not old. I can't wait till they get to my age so they can really see like that wasn't old at all.
And then you're asking them, how do I do this? And they're like, Mom, leave me alone.
Yeah, hopefully us millennials will be a little bit more advanced than the boomers, but probably not. If they like me.
Speaking of boomers, I was on an episode of Won't You Be My Neighbor, which is Brandon from Vegas' podcast, which if you haven't seen that, check it out. I got to argue on behalf of Gen Z about housing, and they jumped my ass.
Listen.
It was myself, 2 millennials, a Gen Xer, and a boomer.
Oh God!
And the funny thing is like we're all in it. Like the boomer is the one that I'm currently he's helping me get my home loan. The Gen Xer is the guy I run the studio with. The millennial is the spiritual, the religious lady we had on, and then Brandon himself. And I was like, hey,
okay,
tell me how to send an email.
Right.
Boomer.
It's just like it's unrealistic for people to the older generation than us to expect us to just seamlessly be able to buy a home whenever homes are $500,000 for pieces of shit. Half of a Monty.
Yeah. We got another super chat from Kamisha. We really appreciate you.
Kamisha.
$1.99 says, I know how to talk to them with my pendulum. Isn't that what you do as well?
Yep.
And we did that on the investigation, which if you guys haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It's on either of our channels. You got to go watch it.
For sure. Pendulum work is one of the easiest methods that you can learn. It's quick, it's effective, and you'll be able to communicate with them. You just have to make sure that you protect your space before you do, because pendulums can be seen as mini Ouija boards, because you don't know what spirits that you're actually communicating with unless you're spiritually strong. You've communicated with your ancestors before, so just be careful. But thank you, Kamisha.
Yes, thank you a ton. George, I think we have a number we want to bring in next, correct?
6200 6200 *6 to unmute yourself, please. Caller, you're in the room.
Hello.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I have tiny humans running through here like crazy people.
I was just about to say, I hear them in the background sound just like my
Put
kids.
them on. No, don't put them on.
Listen, they're hilarious.
They always are.
So, Noah, you know me as Goddess KJ, a.k.a. I'm the reason why you call your husband vintage.
He is vintage.
He's got a swagger to him.
She's coming with us to
Bali, yes.
Hey, babe.
Hey, how are y'all doing this evening? Hi, Austin.
Hey, how you doing?
Not gonna lie, this is my first time catching y'all. I usually just kind of see y'all as I'm scrolling through, watching all my spooky videos and stuff. And thanks to Noah, because I ain't gonna lie, Noah told me some great stories on TikTok. Yes, I call it TikTok, and that's how I got you.
Yep.
So I do got some spooky stories for y'all. However, I will let y'all pick, because there was some specific stories that were told this evening, and I have ones that kind of match them. So one about the scratching, I didn't have oozing, but I got a story about being scratched while asleep. And then I also got something about spirits in homes and the way they like to pop up. Because I actually had people that let's just say, took advantage of my kindness and were staying with me. And one of them brought a spirit with them.
Oh, we want to hear that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the people don't know that is a common issue. You let somebody stay with you, and then all of a sudden you having weird occurrences after they leave.
Go that way, boo. Go that way and go get a treat. So what happened was this was literally right as COVID was a thing. I had just moved to Cali, and my husband is active in the military, so. I was at a new place. He was underway. I will scare you. Yeah. I don't 1-year-old scared a 2-year-old.
He said, wait a minute, don't tell this one because, baby, you scaring me.
Oh, no, that one? I will be honest right now. All of my kids have the gift of sight.
Yeah.
In some shape, form, or fashion, they all have the gift of sight. I'm an empath. I've seen and heard spirits all my life. Like, I was one of them people that slept with people all my life because I was scared to be by myself.
Scary, yeah.
So, with this particular story, I had met a woman through it was an online group. We were supposed to be building sisterhood, and we were supposed to, ma'am, stop yelling. And we were supposed to have been just growing as women, releasing a lot, and it was called the Artist Way Sister Circle. Well, as I've traveled and I've moved around with my husband, I've actually met some of the women. One of the women that I met, we're going to leave her nameless. Let's just say she carries a specific energy. She comes as one thing, but she kind of like giving wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes.
When I met her, she's like, oh, well, since y'all moving, if you ever need help, I know it's a lot. Those changes, because we moved from Hawaii to Cali. And we were displaced for about 6-7 weeks. And I met her while we were staying with my husband's mom in Texas. And so she was like, I'll come out. I'll help you out with the kids, help you get your home and your mental order. I'll take some things off your plate so you can rest, and then I'll, go back to once I can. She's one of them people that she gives that, what they call them people that move into abandoned homes and then they'll take them
Squatters.
Yeah, she gives them squatter energy.
Yeah.
So essentially, she came. I asked her, could she stay a little bit longer because there was a situation with my mom and I was going to need to fly out to help her. And she was like, well, I could stay for longer to help your husband out, but to do so is going to, I'm going to need a little bit extra help. So then she asked if this younger woman, like Shorty was about 35 then. Keep in mind, I'm 31. So I was mid-20s. She bought this female that was younger than that I didn't know at the time she was living with. And so she was like, I'm just going to bring her so she can, she can help me out with the kids and everything and around the house while your husband's at work. All right, cool. I said it was fine. What ended up happening was the female she brought had a spirit attached to her. And they were so filthy, like they were women. And the whole time they were screwing and I didn't even know.
Oh my
They
God.
ended up, I found it and then when I brought it up to them, they was like, well, I don't feel like that's nobody's business, but you're in my home.
Right. You don't think that's important to tell me? What?
Exactly. So that being said, it was a lot of weird shit that took place between them. They had a really foul odor about them. Like for women, I'm very intentional. You'll find that out when you meet me. When I hug you, I hold on to you. I want you to feel my energy.
Right. And you want to feel other people's.
Exactly. They smell like grown men after a 2-on-2.
What?
Yeah, that's what they would smell like. Grown men after a 2-on-2 at the Y. And so, all in all, while they were here, the things that they said that they were going to do, they never ended up doing those things.
You got George laughing over there with that one.
Dying, like not a 2-on-2 at the Y.
Listen, 2-on-2 at the smelly Y, the funky
smelly Y at the rundown Y. George, for us, that's at the Silver Mesa.
Sound effects.
So what ended up happening was, after a bunch of shit, I ended up telling them they had to go because, like, at one point they were occupying a room that was supposed to be my son's, and I always feel like I couldn't go in this room.
Yes.
It turns out they were practicing magic in my home, and they had put salt in 4 corners to keep me from going into a room in my own house.
Oh, no. Bruh. I like to think of myself as incense and sage, but I would have been that bottle of Henny and Newports that I told you I could be in that Discord chat. Ain't no way. You are not allowed to practice magic in my house and not even tell me. It's bad enough
But
you
I
screwing this
didn't.
lady.
Yeah, I don't disagree with this. I didn't know.
Yes,
like
I know.
And I'm very sensitive, and it's like I started kind of moving around my house a bit more erratic and everything. So I don't know what they was doing. They only cooked dinner. They never cleaned up after themselves. I don't know what was up with them, but something wasn't quite right. Let's say that. But when I told them that they eventually had to go, they had stolen things out of my home because at the time I had left. They stole things out of my home, and they were even burning my payload, sis. They were burning my payload, stealing cannabis products and everything. Like, I don't know what the hell wrong with these people. But when they left, my husband said the entire time that I was gone, my husband ain't really. It's not that he's not spiritual, but he don't move how I move to make sure our home and our energy is protected. He said the entire time I was gone, he couldn't stop Satan. He couldn't stop Satan. When I came back, shit got active. Like, when I tell you about a year ago, we had cameras in our home, and them hoes, like the one downstairs specifically, from 7 p.m. until damn near 7 a.m., it kept going ding, ding. Like, I had to put my phone on silent from all the alerts. And it's like,
they
my
motion
husband had even
censored,
put a
ain't
box
they?
up. Yes, they were. Like, when I say caught my son out of the corner trying to unplug the cameras, they catch everything, and it wouldn't stop going off. It wouldn't stop going off. I know that you are an initiate, right? Okay, I have had Dafa by Baba.
Girl, don't start telling all the secrets on here.
I'm not. But this is to say, I wasn't sure if I was tripping or not. But I told Baba, I'm like, hey, it's something going on in my home. I need you to look into that for me. And so Spirit verified it was something in my home and that it came from Shorty.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
And so I gotta like, it's been ugly. We working on it.
Listen,
but
that's because they be doing. Can I say that on air?
What?
I should be able to. This YouTube. This ain't TikTok. That's because there's a certain thing called sex magic. It's a lot of.
You're not interested, sir.
No, I know it's probably nothing good.
You know, the fact that they hid that they even were like a thing from you, and then they start stealing your spiritual stuff. Baby, it's given
that's
two
mad crazy.
Witches, with one of them
like,
being a
it was to the
blood-born
point
witch.
where, but they were moving like they were more like you.
No.
Let me say that.
It be the people that be the loudest and act like they initiated and act like they know what they doing that don't know shit. It's the initiated people that take their practice seriously that I tell you up front, I don't know nothing because I'm still learning. People that are initiated and that are real spiritualists will tell you in a minute, I'm still learning every single day. Like, there's nothing that I can tell you about your journey or vice versa. If I don't know the answer, I'm quick to tell you, I'll get you an answer. I don't know, you know, but when they act and move like they just Queen Tut, they ain't shit. They ain't nothing.
But we've been in the process of getting this energy out the house, but like I've seen it behind the door of my bedroom, and I would wake up. I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I would just stare into the corner, and my whole room would be black, but that corner looked dark.
Like dark, like black, like not. I can see
like
through
somebody. But like you know, it's like you just know, you just staring because it's the equivalent of when somebody's staring at you across the way and you feel them staring and you just turn around and you look at them.
Yep, I've seen that same type of energy, so I know exactly what you're talking about. It's not translucent; it's just like a ball or a figure of blackness.
I've seen it in person.
Yeah. Yep.
It has stats and everything. Female, and I don't know if it's actually a female, but it's giving female energy. But like, it was mad active. It's been mad active, and it's starting to calm down. But all in all, it's like I've been talking to my ancestors. I've been at, hey, I need y'all to pull up. We just gotta go. It was disturbing. Like, it was to the point where my kids wouldn't sleep in their room, and it would be 5 of us in my king size bed.
Yep. And that's how you know it's some shit in your house, when it scares babes because it's
Yeah.
never a.
That's
it's-
how it was on Ponderosa.
Yeah, that's how it was at my house.
Listen, we had a 5-bedroom, 2 living rooms, the whole 9. Our
Yes.
kids was sleeping in the
in
same
the same
bedroom.
Like everybody had their own space. They was not messing with it at all. So I would say this.
Yeah.
I would definitely go back to Yo Babalao and ask him what you need to do to cleanse. Of course, I tell
So
everybody.
he gave me something, and I've been working on it. And when I tell you, every time I would work on it, everything that could go wrong would go wrong. Like my herbs would go bad.
That's crazy.
No.
My herbs would go bad before I was able to get the gin or any of the rest of my ingredients.
Girl.
The herbs were, and it happened about 7 times. And then literally one day I came into a little bit of money. I said, let me get it all at one time.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
You know
Sometimes
what?
the only thing that fix it is you
when
moving.
I say I got this prescription to go, and I'm just now really being able to enact it.
Girl, you're in my Discord, so I'm gonna talk to you offline because it's some stuff that only initiated folks can kind of speak on and recommend, because there's more than one way to do things. But if you got a prescription from him, I'm gonna give you a prescription, and between me and your babalao, you should be able to get rid of that, whatever it is, because I'm starting to wonder, is it a spirit or is it a monitoring spirit? Is it something like that? Because, you know, people do spy on you.
People do spy, but it feels, most of the time, you feel the energy downstairs. Like, it was to the point where nobody would go downstairs. Once the sun go down, nobody go back downstairs.
See, and y'all shouldn't have to live like that in y'all house. That's your shit. So I'm going to go, whenever I leave here, I'm going to get into the Discord. I know it's a little bit earlier where you are than it is here, because right now it's 7:52. So it's
not, I mean, it's later.
I'm in San Diego.
Oh.
Yeah, same
I
time
think
zone.
you were in Hawaii.
No, she said she was from
I
Kentucky or
moved from
something.
Hawaii.
Okay. Oh, then it's
Yeah.
still early.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Michigan,
gonna hit you in there because, yeah.
Yeah, that's why KJ booked that trip so quick.
That spirit is still active. That spirit is still
It
active.
is, and it's not gonna stop until we'll talk. We gonna talk.
Cyberbullying me and
But
that spirit.
you know,
That's
I'll
crazy.
just have to make sure I call in some other times because
Thank you so
I got some
much.
spooky stories if you want them.
Yes, and we do. We do.
Love it.
Thank you so much. He talking about he's over here playing the victim, talking about he got cyberbullied.
I
You
did
are
get-
vintage.
listen, I got cyberbullied by KJ and what's her name, Lola.
Yeah.
You just calling people out now?
Yeah.
They bullied me. I might not be able to name.
And Noah, because I mean,
all 3 of them.
I said, well, you the one who was saying, are you the oldest on the trip,
Listen,
and you the oldest, so
listen,
they
I
was like, oh, he's vintage.
I called my lawyer. I got a lawsuit right now against KJ, Lola.
I said it
and
was
Noah.
nice. They called him vintage.
I got a lawsuit going right now for elderly abuse.
Elderly abuse.
And see, I said y'all being nice because I just say old as fuck, but y'all over here said, oh, he's vintage. He's seasoned. He's a seasoned vintage gentleman.
What seasoning?
Hey.
The 80s seasoning.
Nah,
Yeah.
vintage make you sound real sexy though.
Yeah.
Like vintage. Like you can't buy this.
Yeah. You see, but
For some reason, that made me think of when you were sick.
Yeah.
When we were at the other studio, and I had you send me a voice memo when your voice was all deep.
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
"Hey, old baby girl."
because the Amazon dude kept saying, yes, sir, no, sir. And I was like, I'm going to just go with it. And then he got mad. He was like, she's not a man.
I be getting mad. Like, what you said, I'm laying up with a man? Like,
Yeah,
come on,
so
man.
I sent,
It's a woman.
I'm sick, so I can do the voice now.
But I had you send me a voice, and I remember because George and I at the old studio sat right next to each other. I was like, George, listen to this. And he was like, hey, who is that?
It's me, baby girl. But he kept saying I was a dude. You know, Amazon, shout out to y'all. Because y'all employees always get me mistaken for a man. I truly appreciate it. Sponsor us, you know, little pity sponsor. Because they always, even when I'm not sick, they're like, yes, sir. No, sir. And I'm like,
Hey,
damn.
but Amazon do a lot better than Walmart.
Oh yeah.
I try to avoid Walmart any chance.
Oh
I
my
can.
gosh.
I hate it.
That's a portal. I don't deal with them.
Walmart Plus stole our package. Like
The delivery drivers.
listen, it was Father's Day.
They set
it was
it down,
Father's
take a
Day.
picture.
Bro,
No,
it was Father's Day. They stole all the meat out of my order, and I ordered charcoal.
That is that.
I said, how am I barbecuing with this charcoal? No meat, bro.
So, and we're friends with like
Throw
the
the dino nuggies on
manager, and because we usually order from the neighborhood market around
Right.
the corner. So
Which
they
that one's
all know us.
okay, but Walmart is just. I don't like.
Their
I get it.
vegetables are always dead.
I get it. People need money, but like I don't like being harassed every time I got to go into the store.
No,
I'm already broke. Okay?
I don't like it.
The neighborhood Walmarts, they don't beg as much.
So like today I had to go to because the pharmacy at Walmart is right, and I was like, please, and thankfully there was nobody. But I was like, every time I'm like, I'm a Target girly.
Okay. He said he's superior. He doesn't do that.
I did not say
shit.
that.
Listen, Target, you can sponsor us. Walmart,
Oh, absolutely, you can sponsor us.
We're just kidding. We
Walmart,
just
you want to sponsor us? I will live there.
Right.
No, hold on.
At Walmart.
She said we're just kidding, but we love Walmart so much that they stole our packages and we upgraded our plan.
They stole my kids. Yes. No, they're the greatest salesmen. They got me on the phone. I'm all mad. I'm like, they stole my kids' school supplies. I've been going through all of this trouble. And they were like, yes, that's why we need to upgrade you to Walmart Plus, where they'll come to your house. I said,
we're gonna jack you, run your pockets
Right.
unless you upgrade
On everything.
we'll
they will
actually
walk in our
send-
house and
Yep.
unload our shit in the refrigerator for us.
They said, well,
Yeah,
actually
I don't know about
send
that.
a Walmart.
I mean, I get it.
No. I just wanted Walmart to actually do it instead of like Uber Eats because that's who was stealing the shit.
Yeah.
So
our shit come in a Walmart truck.
not
Yeah, no,
only-
I get that. I don't want them in my house though.
No, hell no.
No, I still have them drop it at the door.
Yeah.
My
but-
dogs is retarded.
Yeah, that like literally I told myself I told myself I don't want anybody in my house, right? But at the same time, I gotta give it to their sales team because they sold me. They're like, yeah, that's why you need to do Walmart Plus.
You and I were on the phone about a sales team yesterday that pissed me off.
Oh, yeah.
With LegalZoom because we're trying to make an LLC.
Not us talking shit about everybody that we would be like, we were just kidding.
Yeah, we'll
That
never
was
get,
just
we'll
for
never get
content.
brands. We're gonna be stuck with Jack in the Box now.
Oh,
I
Taco Bell.
order Jack in the Box all the time.
I love Jack in
Hey,
the Box.
onion rings with barbecue sauce, fire.
You know what I get? I get the make your own box.
Yeah.
So it comes with half and half fries.
The nighttime joint after 9.
No, it's all day.
No.
This is
That's all day?
It's
No.
all day. It's. I think it's through the app. That's how big back I am.
Listen, can a taco truck please sponsor us? I really like tacos. Roberto's was good.
Oh, Roberto's.
I mean, I'm so big backed. I just want food places to sponsor us. Please.
HelloFresh, you want to sponsor us?
HelloFresh. Yeah. Oh yeah, they sponsor.
They sponsor
yeah.
content creators.
Yeah, they do. I just Taco Bell. Somebody said, yeah.
We're gonna mention it every show because we know you guys go, oh, not Taco Bell again. Yes, Taco Bell again.
Listen, it's not real Mexican food. That's just food.
Yeah, we're not calling it real Mexican food.
It's just
its
food.
own thing.
It's niche. I mean, where else can you get a chalupa supreme? Chalupas don't even exist.
As much as I hate
outside.
this, can y'all tag Taco Bell in the comments?
Mari gets it. I just want food and tech. Yeah, absolutely. Apple, you want to sponsor me? I know you have your logo up on the screen right now, but
I know, right? Who else? Aquafina. What's good?
Aquafina.
We're there. We go.
Red Bull.
No, forget
Red
Aquafina. We
Bull.
really need a Red Bull sponsorship.
I know this is ridiculous.
I spend $14 at Red Bull a day because of one person.
It's me.
George, how crazy would it be if you just had a lifetime supply of Red Bull?
You would all be dead.
I don't think the earth can hold that, if I'm being honest.
I literally would be calling George up like, George, hey, you got that sugar free for me? Okay.
Think about how premium Red Bulls would be in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh my God.
You'd suddenly become the richest person on earth.
Right? But you know what's so crazy? I've been drinking them for so long and at such a volume that it's just like juice to me no more. Like, it doesn't work.
But what is your heart rate, your resting heart rate at now?
Probably
It's probably like
145.
195.
But we live life fast.
Yeah.
Here
Life
for a
in
good
the
time, not for a
fast
long
lane.
time.
Yes, thank you to the ancestors, because baby, I seen 1,000 Ways to Die when I was in high school,
Yep.
and it was an episode of a guy that over drank Red Bull and his heart stopped, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
How do you possess this power? How do I wield this power?
No, damn, that's
DoorDash,
crazy. Why I
Taco
sip
Bell?
My,
DoorDashing
my,
is expensive.
My Red Bull.
If anybody
DoorDash.
works for Red Bull Hey, let us know if we could get some family deals or something.
Yeah, DoorDash, all of that stuff. Even though I don't DoorDash, I try not to.
I really don't. I only ever Uber Eats for like business stuff. Like
yeah,
like if I'm at George's house and we're editing, I'll Uber Eats. Especially greens and I've been on a greens and proteins.
Yeah,
kick.
you have.
Oh, it's so good.
Hey, Austin,
I need to because my back is a little big.
We'll never have to DoorDash because I am the DoorDash.
Yeah,
that's what I need.
She just be like, "Babe, I'm hungry." I'd be like,
"Yeah, that's my
what do you
cat."
want?
Let me. And you just
I'm hungry.
You just rise up out of your bed and you're just like, I will cook.
I
will provide sustenance for this
It's
family.
so annoying. It'd be 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm so hungry. I'd be like,
well, that's because
He's
you
making
can't
them at night,
start
George.
treat me like a princess and then want me to act like a peasant after 13 years. I've earned my keep. I earned my tiger stripes. I gave you 4 kids. If I'm hungry. See,
What is that?
I don't even know.
George is. I don't know what he's doing over there.
We're testing
That was
sound.
Ayo the food.
So we have another super chat from Kamisha. She's just been. We really
Thank you
appreciate the
so much,
support.
Kamisha.
She says, I have a question. I've been seeing like flashing lights. It looks like cloudy in my room when it's dark. What could that be? That is terrifying.
no,
Wait,
Kamisha,
let me see. I have a.
we need to dive deeper
I
in this.
know. I'm about to get one of my patrons underneath my left breast because you be going through it.
Right.
We gonna get you,
Flashing
We're gonna
lights,
get you right.
flashing
grandparents'
lights
graveyard
that
dirt.
looks-
It's a lot going on.
Sounds like me when I drink too much Red Bull.
I know. Look at my room is dark. I would say, okay, I'm gonna sound real crazy. Check your blood pressure, please.
You know what?
What? I'm getting
No,
up in that age.
I know.
Because I was having like in the darkness, I would see little bolts of lights, and I was like, "Spirit, is that you?" The doctor was like, "No, that's your fucking blood pressure. Like, you need to be on blood pressure medication." I said, "Jesus, is it you?"
We
That's
were
a
waiting
clip.
for a
That's a clip
spiritual
right there.
answer, and you say blood pressure.
I'm sorry. Some things ain't spiritual. Some things is really like your health, your body telling you or sending you signals. Of course, it could be anything, but I'm not one of them spiritual. I don't want y'all to think that I'm ever under spiritual psychosis where every single thing is spiritual.
No, there's some
spiritual
answers.
aspects, but I know particularly when I was seeing flashes, if it's a big flash, that's different. But like, you know how it's a little starry, you know, like whenever you want to go meet the Lord and it's the little spark was coming down, I was seeing them and it was my blood pressure.
Well, Kamisha, we care so much that I do have some Carveta Law on hand. So if you need a couple pills, I got you. I got you.
You know what? We clowns, but
For me, I'd be like, dang, man, am I seeing light? No, I just got my shit rocked. I'm
yeah.
just seeing stars.
Another thing is another worldly explanation is that I don't know if you wear glasses or contacts, but it may be time. Everything that you're saying, I have several
Time for
different
what?
glasses.
Oh, I was like,
It
to
could be.
ascend?
I wear
Like,
glasses as well.
It's time to get the gift of sight.
Yeah, I would
But-
never put
Literally.
contacts in my eyes.
I'm
No,
too
thanks.
scared. I'm clumsy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No, one time I was doing, you know how those DIY cluster lashes on TikTok and they want
Yeah.
you. Tell me why my clumsy ass got it stuck behind my eyeball. Almost lost my eye.
Oof. Oh, pulling that out must have
And
felt
and
awesome.
it was so painful.
Oh,
and
I
on
know.
top
So-
of that, I was using extension glue, eyelash extension, not the
Can you,
fake
like-
glue.
Cameron told me, like, you can go blind
Yes.
from this, right? Like, so that when Cameron's telling me this and she's in a panic,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why would anybody
No,
do this?
let me tell you something.
'Cause they're
Because
psychopaths.
no, we are psychopaths.
I think
We are, because I
You're
do
onto
my
something
lashes. But I went to aesthetic school, and we
Right.
were always taught only let an esthetician do this because you are so close to your eye. But at the same time,
I got this shit.
Yeah, I was,
They make it look
TikTok
easy,
said,
bro. It looks
hold
really
my
easy.
beer. So the reason why people are doing it is because lash techs are charging $200 for a pair of lash extensions. We'd rather lose our eye. I'm sorry, take the risk.
We'd rather lose
That's
our
true.
eye.
But the problem is, they
heighten the
say
other
get an
senses.
esthetician. But what if you are the esthetician?
Well, no,
Well,
this
that's like
still
the,
got that lash stuck.
SpongeBob said it with the mailman. He's like, "Is there a never-ending supply of mailmen? Because who delivers your mail?
Right.
Is there
Yes.
so it's just a never-end like barbers.
No, if I
Never-ending
was a
supply of
barber,
barbers?
why would I pay to get my hair cut when I could do it myself?
As
No.
somebody, I mean, George and I can relate. Somebody, you're trying to reach that, and you're like, I don't know where the fuck. You have
still
to feel and be
know.
like, is it still
But you're
there?
bald, so you're cutting everything anyway.
Yes, you think, and that's already hard enough. You think I'm gonna fade
No,
my
no, no.
shit?
I keep a crisp quarter. I keep a crisp.
Well, yeah,
quarter
mine's-
no, I'm just kidding.
My,
I was gonna say, what is? Where's
I
the
got some
quarter?
friction. We have
I'm like
Angel
a-
Marie with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much.
so much. We appreciate
She
you
said
guys.
this is for a Red Bull. That's the most clutch
Oh.
super chat ever.
Oh man.
Now,
We might be able to get 2 for $5.
I
Well,
wrote,
hey, Danette, how much? Because I send Danette 25 every time for a bunch of.
Sheesh.
Oh, she's robbing you, bro. Danette said, this is my lunch money for the student store next
That's
day.
okay. Danette's an employee of mine. That's fine.
She's pocketing $5 every day.
We literally
Good. I hope so.
We make Danette sick, y'all. She just puts up with our shit. She's the grownest person
And
in
she's
here.
the newest one here, too.
Like,
Hey, Danette, so just in case nobody will tell you, I'm going to tell you here. Let Austin keep saying you 25. At Walmart, they got the 4-pack 12-ounce for $8.99. Boom.
Then it's gas money, so I'm just paying for gas money.
So now you could go to Walmart, you could get 2, and you still got $7 left for lunch. She's clapping.
You better.
But you don't even stay for lunch at school now. She's out at like 10.
Oh yeah. Taco Bell. There we go.
Chalupa.
Nuova Red Bull Summer.
No, I'm really about I'm gonna email them people and tell them like, yeah, so I'm gonna need a lifetime supply of Taco Bell. Or I'm gonna email them and be like, our show loves Taco Bell.
Please, it's a win-win.
Kamisha said it's something else.
Yeah, so she just super chatted another $4.99.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Kamisha, don't send no more money.
Kamisha.
I'm gonna have to claim you on my taxes next.
She's gonna send us a W-9.
Yeah.
Hold on,
in the
I
mail.
don't see it. Wait.
She
no,
said,
it's a big. A big flash. I got my blood pressure checked Friday. It's good. And I wear
you're out here
glasses.
judging
Damn.
people.
Well, she's
No,
checking her
because I'm
bases.
old, so I just have to
Yeah, so
assume
you assume
everybody.
Not only is my blood
fine.
pressure fine, I can see. Thank you very much.
Okay, so if you are experiencing big flashes, I would say reach out to someone that can do some divination, because what is that? I don't even know. Like, I couldn't tell you what that could be. Now, some people don't have a veil, but have a veil and could possibly be seeing something otherworldly, but then that veil kind of cuts it off. So that's why I said I would reach out to someone and get a reading, just because the spiritual streets, it can be a little ghetto and it can be confusing. But if your blood pressure is good, if your glasses is good, then it probably is something else.
I'm waiting for you to be like, now you got to get a pap smear.
Yes,
exactly. Then you got to go.
Prescription. It's literally
Get an
work.
EKG done.
Yes. Listen,
Get go to your dentist.
Nope, my
get a
good
cleaning.
sis, blood pressure is good. Her eyes is good. So, and I know her mind is even better. So I know if she thinks it's something else, a lot of my patrons, they're like low key clairvoyants, mediums, and they don't even know it. They just be telling us their experience on Patreon, and I'm like, some of them I'd be like, y'all don't even know what y'all got. So I would say reach out to someone that's higher in the religion, either a padrino, babalao, ifeñana, priestess, somebody, a medium. The psychic sisters are very, very good at that, and they'll let you know what exactly is going on. So.
Luna said that I ate Taco Bell today. My fiance says he eats Taco Bell to open his other third eye. I do too.
Hey, yo.
That's the fourth eye.
Yeah.
That's the fourth eye. That's the brown eye.
It's okay. I think everybody in the world has that one thing that they know if they eat, they better be close to the bathroom.
McFardles.
No, it's coffee for me. Coffee is a natural
You know what it
stimulant.
is for me? Everything.
Really?
I have like something with I don't know if I have like irritable bowel syndrome or what.
Probably got celiac disease.
As soon as I eat, like 2 minutes in, I'm like, all right, I gotta poop.
I gotta go. Yep. No,
I would be mad.
It's annoying to the point where like, if we eat dinner and I know we're going to Target after little one goes to bed, I have to use the
Not
bathroom or else it's gonna be smacking me.
Oh, so you're like, I'm not gonna go to Target because he's a very premier man.
Yeah, pinky up.
He said, I'm not doing that to
You
Target's
use your red
bathroom.
card? Use your red card?
No, we did at one point. We didn't have the credit card. We had the debit card.
Okay.
We had so much in Target money, like the money they give you back.
Cash back, yeah.
Yeah, and then they got rid of it. I almost stopped going.
How close do you live to Target?
We're like in between a bunch of them.
Oh,
so
okay.
like we have like the North Decatur one, the North Fifth one. Sometimes if we're feeling a little adventurous, we'll go to Boca.
Oh, you over there.
Oh yeah,
Well,
we used to live over by there, and
I never knew Austin was in the north. That's crazy.
Yes, I didn't either. He just told me that the other day. I'm
Right,
like,
so you're over by
since
Toys
when?
R Us, the old one.
I'm more north than that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like Meadows Mall. That's like
Doesn't that mean you have a fast metabolism?
That's what I was thinking of.
Not always.
Like North Fifth and the 215.
Oh,
They
not
have
quite that
no
far.
idea what we're talking about. Poor
Yeah.
people. They like, where?
George, let's get to another call.
Yes, we only have a few more, and
Yep.
then we're going to close down the chat.
Yep.
I see you in the waiting room. If you're in the waiting room, we're going to get to you tonight.
Yep.
8415. Star 6 to unmute.
Nobody else calling.
Yeah, we're going to close it off. I didn't know we were this close.
8415. Star 6 to unmute yourself. Caller, you in the room.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right, not bad. But I'm just running outside. Just put my daughter down to sleep.
Okay.
No worries.
So I called in earlier, but I got disconnected. But I got a couple quick stories. So one backstory is my grandmother was born on a slave plantation in North Carolina.
Oh wow.
Her mom's mom was a slave. Her dad's mom was a slave owner.
Wow.
So my grandmother's always said that some of her grandkids have powers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a couple of times where my dreams came true within a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
So the first dream is my kids came to me in my dreams. My daughter came to me first, and then my son came to me before they were born.
Wow.
So my son's autistic.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dream. I came home from work. There's a little boy sitting in the kitchen. He's not communicating. At this point, my son, before he was born, we were told he was maybe autistic and he may be nonverbal.
Mm-hmm.
My son's at the table in the dream, not speaking. I've never seen this little boy before, but I know he's my son.
Mm-hmm.
A year later, the dream happened the same exact way in real life it happened in the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Came home from work. I didn't even know at that point that he was nonverbal because he could communicate a bit. Came home in a dream, sitting on the chair. He's at the couch playing on his iPad. Came home from work, the same exact outfit on, the same exact game on the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter came to me in my dream at her first birthday. Before my fiance found out she was pregnant, I told her she was pregnant. She was like, "How do you know?" I was like, "Because a little girl came to me in my dream and she told me she was my daughter."
Wow.
So she was like, "Yeah, right." So the next month she find out she's pregnant. I'm like, and the little girl is going to have a birthmark on her leg. I was like, I don't remember what leg it's on, but she has a giant birthmark. My daughter has that same exact birthmark.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow. So you are like literally a psychic. I don't even know if it's, I wouldn't say a medium, but it could be looked at it. Have you had this like forever or your whole life?
Yeah, my whole life I've had like random dreams. And then like I'll tell my mom, like, "Hey, you ever had a dream like this?" And my mom's like, "Yeah, that dream means this is going to happen."
Oh,
So
wow.
my mom is clairvoyant and clairaudient.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom invites people in her house. One day I was sitting at my mom's house and somebody was knocking at the door. So I go to open the door. She was like, "Don't touch it. Sam is trying to get in the house." Sam was an older cousin who died before I was born. The door opens. She said, "Come in." The door opens. She said, "Now close my door." The door closed by itself.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
What a blessing. Okay, I know that everybody's probably like, that's creepy. That's
No,
a
it's not
blessing.
creepy, but it's just
Isn't
crazy.
it's insane.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to look at my mom like, "Nah, something's not right." And then when I got older, I started paying attention like, wait a minute, like this dream may mean something. So my mom would always tell me to write my dreams down.
Yes.
So now that I start to write them down and pay them attention, I start to see like, yep, this happened before.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Sometimes I curse my family because I'm like, wow, can y'all be mediums or like clairaudient or clairvoyant or psychics? Like y'all just have me out here in the world trying to figure this shit out on my own. But to be raised by a village of people that have gifts is such a blessing.
No, when I was younger, it used to be weird. Like I used to think my mom had superpowers because my mom, like, you know how like you can look at your mom and you do something and your mom knows exactly what it is you're thinking. My mom had those type of powers.
Yeah.
Where like you could think of something and my mom would be like, "Don't do it." And you're like, don't do what? She's
Don't
like,
even
I
do
already
it.
know what you were about to go do. Don't do it.
Oh, so you had a very normal, probably boring to you back then, teenage year, because you couldn't get away with nothing because she already knew what you was
Nope.
about to do.
I couldn't. The only place we could get away with stuff with is at my grandmother's house. Now, my grandmother, she has a little bit of something. I can't quite figure her out, but I've noticed certain things about my grandmother, and it's like, wait, this doesn't make sense. I commented on one of your videos before where I said when my grandfather died, he was calling my grandmother's phone. Both of their phones were disconnected, but her phone was ringing, and it was from him calling her phone.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So I just wonder, have you ever looked into your ancestry? Like, other than
I
what you
did.
told us, but like before even then, like, were they root workers? Were they conjurers? Did they do ATR?
So my grandmother said that her grandmother was a root worker, and then that's all she knew about her grandmother. She died before my grandmother was born, but she's like, I've always heard that my grandmother did this. They killed her because they believed she was into witchcraft.
Wow.
So she was like, I don't know that much about like my history, but here's what I know. I know a couple of y'all have different abilities or powers.
That is amazing. That's crazy.
It's almost like the X-Men.
Yeah, it's like
It's,
you
just,
got
it's crazy to
everybody.
think that back in the day,
I've been
people died over
watching
this
your
stuff.
channel, Noah, and the Bizarre Junkie channel for a while, and I watch all of your videos. And I was like, I asked my grandmother permission to tell the stories, and she was like, yeah, go ahead. As soon as she gave me her permission, I was like, I'm calling in right now.
Oh my
Glad you were able
gosh.
to.
Oh,
That's
thank
amazing.
you. That's amazing. A grown man still being like, hey, I gotta respect my elder. Let me call Grammy and see if it's all right. That's amazing.
Guarantee you. Go ahead, baby.
Right. Go ahead,
You
baby.
don't want mom to call and say, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, no, I definitely
Right,
don't.
right. No, I really appreciate you calling in. That was a beautiful
That's a
story. God
crazy
bless your
great
grandmother.
story.
You still got her. You know, not many of us are blessed enough to have our grandparents. So
If
thank
you
you
want to
so
share
much.
more of those stories, don't hesitate
Please
to reach
email
out.
me. I'm collecting
No,
everybody's stories.
I'll definitely email, and I'll call back in on another night too.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the call.
Thank you, guys.
So we've got that's a
love it.
crazy. That's
I
a
love
crazy.
it.
Dope. That was
And-
cool.
yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And did you hear like people? We were hanging for doing hoodoo
Yeah.
back in the day. Like that was a very on the hush hush, less poison massa type of
Right.
thing.
Yep.
And
And that's
it's
why
just-
the name changed, right? Because I remember you were talking about it went from voodoo to hoodoo,
Right,
Because of
it's-
like the slaves,
right.
happened to change it up.
It came from West Africa. It was voodoo, and then once we got here, we were handed a Bible and been like, "Oh, you can't." So it's like synchrony. It's synchronized two
Right.
different
It's like
religions.
okay, I'll do that, but my way.
Yes,
George. It's like
same-
it's like a read option, right?
Yeah, and it's very like seriously, and it
a little
goes
RPO.
for
A little
yeah,
RPO.
Santeria, Ifa, all of that stuff, Regla de Ocha, all that stuff that's in Cuba. It came whenever we were stolen. We wanted to still practice ATR, but they wanted us to practice
Catholicism.
There we go. I ain't got it today, but you know, so we
And
just
it ended up being like a blend between the two.
Yes,
Like my
yes.
grandma was super Catholic,
yeah.
but you know, like still believed in all the Santeria.
Well, you
Yes.
had
So it
that
was-
doll. I remember you were showing Noah about.
I still got
Legua.
to bring it in.
I know.
Still gotta
Don't bring him in. Don't bring him in.
Oh,
No. Because if
picture.
that's something,
Put it in a group chat.
Yeah, post him in the Discord.
I have it, and he's so beautiful. He's a little chocolate doll.
Because didn't you show her during the paranormal investigation, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
because I was just like, listen, I had to cleanse and ask Ilegua to help me.
Right.
I had to go to them 4 corners and do some work after I left out of there.
But correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Mm,
When Santeria was a thing,
mm.
they had to hide a lot of the Santeria figures inside of.
Santeria never stopped being a thing necessarily,
But it had to be hid
yes.
inside of
Santa-
Catholic figures and stuff,
Yep.
just so it could be shipped places because
Yeah.
they wouldn't allow you to ship,
Yeah.
figures of
Right.
of certain things.
Santeria is definitely it's Ifa. It's like from Yoruba, but we had to put little saint statues on top of our regular statues, and so then it was like, well, Oshun is this saint, and Ilegua is this saint, and it just became this big thing where it has subsidiaries in Regla de Ocha. I can't say it. I never can say it, but I think it's like Cambole. It's in Brazil. It's the same thing as you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I can never pronounce it correctly, but it's all one big family. It's Santeria, but just branches.
That's because we're all one big family, for real. Nobody wants to talk about the elephant in the room.
We really are. We really
Especially
are.
here on the Calls From Beyond channel.
Yeah, yep. Because when George sent me that, I said, oh my gosh, it's a little black baby doll. And because that's how they praise their orishas. They're little baby dolls. That's why I said don't bring it in. Not because we're scared of it.
Yeah.
That's something that's been in your family and
should be like viewed sacredly.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
really has never left the house.
Exactly. We got one more
We
caller.
do, but before that, we do have some super chats. We have Faith with a $10 super chat and says, I have a question.
Sure.
Today I woke up from a nap, and as I was opening my eyes, I saw a black face back away from the corner of the door. I called about the grandfather clock 2 weeks ago. What do I do?
Sage. Pray.
And I think that's what we gave you last time too, is because you were talking about the figure that was taller than the grandfather clock.
Another thing is when you talk about this, do it on your porch. Do it away from your house. Don't keep talking about it inside of your home.
You're giving it energy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You're venerating
if it's still there, yes. Don't talk about it anymore. Pray Psalms 23 for spiritual attacks or attacks in general, and 91 for protection. Smudge.
Yeah, when you sage and smudge, make sure you open your windows and
that
tell
too.
those entities that you do not want them to be there
Yeah.
anymore.
Kick them. They don't pay no rent, girl. You better
This
put
is
them
my
out.
place.
George.
I need you to roll.
When we do the when we do the investigations of Brian, what does he always say when we're saging? He goes, "You can't follow us home.
Yeah, you're not welcome here.
We don't want you following us.
Yeah.
Please stay here." But we say thank you for allowing us to experience you. We still thank them, but we're saying you can't come home with me.
Yeah.
You don't gotta disrespect.
Yeah, you just have
But
to
you have to
be
be
stern.
firm.
You have
Allow
to be
them.
stern
You have to
and
let them
firm
know.
and let them know, like,
Yep.
we can't do
Hey,
that.
unless you bring in Taco Bell. No.
Unless you bring in some Taco Bell and Richard.
I did a questionnaire on the live and I said, should Austin get Taco Bell tonight? And I think it's overwhelmingly positive. I'm probably not there.
No, I think
get it every
me and
week.
29% of other people said no.
You know what?
You said it was great, but it wasn't all great. There was a lot of us that said no.
Sage Sebastian with a $2 super chat.
I seen it. I just looked at it. Said, I promise you, I got you, because she emailed me a while ago and said it was about her house being built on a graveyard.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty dicey.
Yeah, we gonna keep you in my prayers.
We know a lot of places. I mean,
That's
but
crazy though.
There's a lot of places out here that were built on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say
burial
most
grounds
of it.
for real. Yeah, because I mean, people got killed out here like crazy.
Yep.
Back in the 70s and 60s and 50s.
Yep. So I totally feel your pain, but see, I think, and I have not looked at the link because I have 1,000,001. I just searched her name in my email. There's more to her shit. She sent a video and some more stuff, which
well, maybe we could talk about it.
It's a YouTube video about her house.
Oh.
Yeah. So don't worry, Sade, I got you. Because I'm not trying to have you fuck around and find out one of my oldest patrons that supports me in everything I do. So I got you. I got you.
All right, George, we have one last caller, and then we're going to go ahead and move to the giveaway. Who do we have next?
We got a 9755. 97.
Rounding us out for the night.
Make it juicy.
Caller, you're in the room.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, how are you? I called a couple of shows ago, and I was like so nervous. So I was laughing, and I couldn't get my story across all the way.
No, you're fine.
So I'm prepared now.
Absolutely. Thank you for being so patient and calling back.
Oh, no problem. All right, so I'm gonna hurry up and get to the chase. So my name is Chelsea, and just to kind of give you some context, I'm actually very grateful that I called in because the gentleman in front of me who talked about his family and his mom being clairvoyant and clairaudient. I was just confirmed that I was. And so I feel like I've been pushed to kind of like accept it. And it's been really hard to. So the story I'm about to tell you happened back in 2012. I was basically, I got home from college, went upstairs, unpacked my book bag, and just, went about my day doing homework and stuff. And towards the night, my room would get very heavy. And so, in my mind, I was like, you know what, like, just ignore it, leave it alone. Like, it's not that deep. Like, I'm trying to, like, wish it away.
Yeah, yes.
And sometimes that doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. But that night, it just wasn't. So I went to sleep, and I remember my TV turned on. And so, I wake up from it because I'm thinking like maybe like I like pressed on like the remote,
Right.
maybe I like
Rolled
turn the
over
volume
and,
up or something. Like I'm trying to think logically through this. And I get that staticky sensation. And I look over to the corner of my room and there's like a black mass. And I just feel like it like gradually coming towards my bed. And so I ran out of my room so fast and ran into my sister's room and like just like dove into her bed under the covers. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm just like, "Don't worry about it. Just let me sleep here."
Right. You were scared. It's like, girl, forget personal space. I'm scared. Scoot over.
Yes, just let me sleep here. So, okay, fast forward to a couple of months ago, where actually I feel like, I don't know, this year has been a year for spirituality for me in general.
Yeah.
Like I've just been receiving so many messages, so many confirmations. I've been tapping in with my ancestors and they've been basically on my ass.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and it's been like kind of like overwhelming in a way. Like I had to tell them like chill. So I been having dreams. And so there was a dream that came to me, and the dream was I was standing in the corner of a room, and I was basically in a like a dark mass, and I look over across the room, and there's a girl who gets out of bed and runs out of her room.
Do you know the girl?
What?
That was me.
It was you.
It was me.
Oh, wait a minute. Continue with the dream because I have additional questions, but I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay. So I wake up and I'm just like, like been doing what I've been told, like write everything down that I've dreamed of or whatever. And I recalled that situation of me being so scared in my room that there was something in my room. There's a black shadow. And I'm like, wait a second. So the dream I had was me watching myself get out of bed and run out of the room.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
So
that's all I'm like, wait. So whenever you ran out, this is the same dream. Like this is the same thing that you seen yourself whenever you ran into your sister's room. Or is this something separate? I'm confused.
This is two separate events, but they're connected.
Right. That's why I'm like, wait,
So-
what?
So that's why I was just like, have you heard of this? Like, I've never experienced this before.
Yeah,
This is my
astral
first time.
projection. I mean, that's about the. That I told y'all a couple weeks ago that I sat up in my bed and I looked and I said, "Oh, honey, you are in danger. You better get back in your body. You know you're too clumsy for this. You mess around and be like the little boy off Insidious, lost in the other place, wherever that is." Oh, my bad. My phone was ringing. I was like, what is that? No, I'm looking around.
I'm looking at Austin's phone. I'm looking at your phone.
I know. I'm
what
is that?
It's a caller from beyond.
It's the calls from beyond. I.e. my mama and sister. But that's the only you literally astral projected. But when I did it, I was scared. I said, girl, you are clumsy. You trip over your own feet. Get back in your stuff before somebody else get into it. Too scared to do anything else. But that was crazy. Just be careful. Pray before you go to sleep, because if you do that on accident, and I don't want to see what might happen if you actually like stay out your body. Make sure you're praying over and protect it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm like, did I like time travel?
No. Yeah, listen, this world is some things that just cannot be explained. I don't know. I don't know how to answer everything. Some things, maybe even most things to y'all,
what
but
about salt around the edge of her bed?
yes, that's another thing you can do. Pour some salt around your bed, especially, I mean, if you are having like repeat nightmares, salt around the bed for sure. For sure.
Glass of water on your nightstand.
Yep. Or under your bed.
Also, I want your opinion on this. So my vision has been very blurry, like it comes and goes. It doesn't happen often, but it's weird. I don't have any like eye problems or anything like that, but it's like a split second I'll see something and then it'll go away. It's kind of like a very blurry hologram. It's like I'm seeing what I'm seeing in front of me and then I see something else that doesn't exist.
Well, you did say that you were confirmed, like you kind of not a medium, but you don't have you have the gift of sight sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, a lot of people that just find out that they have spiritual gifts, I always tell them to really interview these people because they be scammers. But find someone that can help you sharpen that skill because you're running around out here with this new gift that you've had all your life, but you've been suppressing, and then you don't know how to use it or what have you. So you need to be practicing on meditating, praying, whatever you need to do. I don't know what medium school looks like, but there are these people that do it. I would say reach out to those psychic sisters because they do whole classes because they're psychics. They come from a long line of psychics, mediums, people that know things, whatever. Because there are people that are mediums that want to help other mediums not be afraid or understand how to work their gift properly.
Okay. Definitely. I'll look into that. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yes,
I really
thank you.
appreciate it.
All right. Well, what a...
Let me not cough me out ears. You have stayed this long. I owe that much to you.
We had some another night of great stories.
Yes,
some
we
really
did.
some absolute heat coming through from you guys. So we really appreciate that. We really appreciate you guys being patient with us and helping us kind of make this monetize and make this grow. Like we couldn't have done it without you guys. Shout out to George.
Yes. Shout out.
Shout out to Mr. Fresh.
Yeah, shout out to Danette.
You guys been
Thank you
we've
so
all been
much
battling through it.
Shout out to Mari. Shout out to
Lauren. Lauren is still in the chat. She's
shout out to the haters.
Yeah. Hey, nobody came in here trolling us tonight.
No.
Oh, good. I would hate to have to cuss somebody to fucking such a good night. God, I ain't got the strength. I'm over here with a low-grade fever.
But the team is teaming tonight. So
The team
is
always
teaming. It's always teaming.
And Kamisha again.
Yeah.
Oh, Kamisha.
Kamisha, thank you so much, love.
Thank you.
I love her so much, and I wish I had more time in Patreon. I'm trying to plan different events just for Patreon. We have the new moon in Virgo coming up, so me and Lauren are trying to put some things together. Lauren has been online working all day for me, my patrons, and for Calls from Beyond. So I truly appreciate it. We're going to be unveiling some things within the next week. But thank you so much to Kamisha and all my patrons, all of my Bali travelers and all that good stuff. I haven't forgot about you, girl. I'm going to get with you on Discord. So, but we do have our wheel.
We do have our wheel. George has been George is very proud of his wheel.
It's beautiful.
It is
right.
Oh, whoa. What is that?
Oh, he
Yeah.
designed it? Shit.
Yeah, he's
Can
fancy.
we call him George White instead of Vanna?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fancy.
As you see here.
Fancy George.
Yeah. Would you like a W?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So this is for the sticker.
Sticker.
Oh my God. Oh, fancy.
Purple cherry, I think.
Yep.
Purple cherry.
Purple cherry, shout out.
And you won a Calls from Beyond sticker. Wow, George, that was very fancy of
George,
you.
your presentation doesn't smell like roaches or nothing.
It's right. It's not
So you got to hit
or
me up on
nothing.
Discord.
Yes.
Message me on Discord with
Please.
your name and address so I can send it on over. Social security number 2 if you're feeling brave.
You know what? Okay, this next one is for a hat, right?
Yes.
For a call. This Calls from Beyond hat on my head.
They can't see you right now.
They can't?
No, because this is what they're seeing.
They saw you all episode. They saw you all episode. We're back. More cinematic music.
Ooh, who's that?
It's long.
It's
Oh,
Boogie
it's like
Mon.
so slow at the end.
Right.
Wait. Oh no, Tiffany B.
Tiffany B.
1913. Oh, is that what it say? I ain't got my
Were you
glasses
born in
on.
1913? Are you the oldest person on that?
I doubt it, my lord.
Calls
Is
him,
she
what
here?
time is dinner?
3:30.
4:30. Oh, 4:30. Okay.
If you could get a house out of my social security number,
Please make sure to give you it.
You know what? The whole channel ghetto. That's all.
Last is a
Last
shirt?
one is the
shirt?
t-shirt I had on a little bit earlier, so let's spin that wheel.
The anticipation.
PTR.
5262. Is that the year you were born?
No, I hope not.
I am from the future.
Even though we love the
boy.
52ers. That's my grandmother's year.
Oh.
Is everyone here? Please, please, please. If you are here, let us know. Go over to Discord for the t-shirt.
Yep.
PTR. What was it?
5262.
5262. Please let Austin know what size shirt and DM him your address.
Are we gonna send you an extra small?
Yeah.
Or
we're
a
gonna-
3X.
Or a 3X. It's either there's no hot and cold with us. We're petty. Something's wrong
No,
with
there's
us.
no warm. It's hot
Right.
or cold.
Oh yeah. There's
Or we
no
can
warm.
send them a 3X shirt with small sleeves.
Yeah, see? I'd be willing to see that one out. I'll sew the sleeve small myself.
I'll be able to send that one in myself.
Oh, my
man.
gosh. If you get my SSN, you have to pay my Discover. It's $1,100. Also, you signing up to pay bills. You signing up.
You can find out why I don't want my social.
Hey, no. If Jacinda I'll pay her Discover if she pays my Navy Federal.
I'm not even
That thing
gonna
is a little bit higher than that. 11.
You want to pay my my student loans?
Oh, God. You know what? We're going to end the show on that. This man's trying to put us all bankrupt. No, but seriously, Austin, where can we find you at?
So you can find me at the Truly Bizarre tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be in the chat. We're premiering our next paranormal investigation. We gave you guys a little bit of a tease of it tonight. I'm super excited to see everybody for that. I know a lot of people were super hyped about the teaser. It's going to be great. George was on it. I was on it. Black Cauldron is in spirit calling me right after. What did you fucking do?
Of course. Why are you over that gaping hole
FAFO.
into the damn earth?
Oh, that's right. I sent that to you. I said that
months ago. I said,
I sent it to you when we were driving back.
Yeah.
We're
it was
George
so
was driving us
scary.
back, and I sent you the video, and you were up. You're like, "What the? What
Yeah.
in the goddamn is
I
that?"
said, you know what? This boy spirits protect him. This boy trying to fall through a hole to the earth, the center of it at that.
Oh, yeah.
We were gonna
You know
lower
what?
Trey into it.
That sounds real.
Not Laura Trey. Poor Trey. Don't be the crash dummy, please.
He offered though, George didn't he? Was like, "I'll get lower."
No, don't do that. No.
Wild kids.
Notice we haven't seen Trey in a long time.
Right,
So
he
he got
probably still
lowered
down
and never
there.
got out.
You have to watch tomorrow night to find out what happened to Trey, and then come to find out he was actually never there.
Oh,
Trey
my
was
goodness.
Trey was the friends we made along the way.
Yes, yes.
But where can people find you? What do you got going on these days?
I am on YouTube, my usual places. I hide in the deep, dark cellar of YouTube and Patreon, making content for there and all that good stuff. So if you are interested in starting or sharpening your spiritual journey, I do teach spirituality over there, as well as you can find me in Bali, July 2025. If you like to reserve a spot, they are running out.
George, where can people find you? Because you've got some big stuff coming out. You just did something yesterday, back in the swing of things.
Yeah, we got 4 projects coming up. I got Rachel Yucatel's Misunderstood. She just had on Amy Tripp, who is an astrologer who predicted the 2024 election. That episode is on Rumble. You could just search Misunderstood podcast. It'll pop up. I thought it was a pretty interesting episode. I'm not a big astrology person, but she made it sound convincing.
Oh, I'm gonna go on there because I'm curious.
It kind of like went over my head, but you got to watch it back and watch it back again. So I got that. I got a football podcast, Pin and Pool with my brother. Another episode drops tomorrow.
Doesn't
at
he play
6
his first
a.m.
regular season game this week?
Yes, I have a flight that takes off in literally like 12-ish hours.
Oh, then,
wow.
we gotta go, y'all. Sorry,
And then
I didn't know he was leaving.
He's going to Arkansas.
We ain't gotta go home, but you
Woo
know the
pig.
rest.
Woo Pig, baby.
Yep.
Go,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Go Razorbacks.
before that, I forgot the lawyer podcast I do. They just had the
Yes.
Tiger King lawyers on.
Ooh, oh yeah,
So
I
that
told you I
was-
wanted to see that.
Yeah, so that's
Free to
out.
Tiger King.
Free Joe Exotic, and I think they've already been posting content and collaborating with him on Instagram. So I think he's in on it. But George, what's the last show you got going on that you just?
Veterans Minimum. I am I'm going to be on there Mondays and Wednesdays for the foreseeable future talking sports betting, NFL in particular. So that's going to be
This man sent me this is Rain Man over here. He sent me a spreadsheet with all the predictions for the
We're
NFL
gonna
season.
have to.
I did homework.
You're gonna have to send that to me.
As
I'm
a matter of
curious.
fact,
We don't want to
ChatGPT
see it unless it says Steelers Super Bowl.
I mean, I'm still a little curious.
He put
you
the
know?
Chargers at second in our division, and that made me happy. I was like, all right, that's good enough. We're not beating the Chiefs.
Oh God.
Nobody is.
But either way,
Yes.
All right.
Best of luck to your brother on his first real
Yes.
game of the
Yes.
season. I'm praying that he does better
Pancake
than my
City.
son did on his first real game.
Hey, we don't
Wait, what
talk
position
about
does your
that.
son play?
He's
he
a left
is-
tackle.
Yeah.
Don't ask her.
I was gonna say
same
a
thing
right
as
tackle.
George's-
It's close
right
enough.
tackle. Okay, so George's brother's
He's
starting
not-
left tackle.
No, he's left tackle.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I'll have my brother FaceTime him sometime.
Facts.
Yeah, that would be
Brother, you
fine.
just got to
You
get
could-
big.
Yes.
Just got to get big.
Just got to get big. That's it. He's
Tell
big.
your
No, I
son
know.
to-
Big.
Tell your son to listen to Pin and Pool if you want to.
Yeah,
got
he
you.
needs to, because baby, I'm finna
He's
pull
probably in
my
the chat
son,
right
he
now.
too
He
big.
just ain't talking.
This
Yeah.
episode that comes out tomorrow, we talk about the type of psycho that you need to be to play football.
Yeah, for real. On me. And Mr. Fresh, are you ready to tell people where they can find you?
Well, there's
at?
only two places they can find me,
Okay.
honestly.
Where?
The number one place that you can talk to me. If you want to talk to me for real, you got to come to Bali. Because
Said,
talking
no,
till then.
seriously.
because I'm for
Mr.
sure.
Vintage is in the chat.
I'm for sure in the chat, Mr. Vintage. That's my name. Yes. You can talk to me in there. If you come to Bali, you gotta book the trip first. Other places, Instagram. I do have other platforms, but
We're not ready for those yet.
Instagram name is MannyFresh518-518. It's my birthday. I'm a tourist gang.
He was in the he was in the chat. He gonna text me and said, "You're mad immature." Sorry, son. I love you. Go Warriors.
Yeah, I'll be talking about my son.
What's
Like,
a warrior? Always a warrior.
My son is the best player on the team, and he hasn't played a game yet.
He's freshman.
He is.
He's a freshman.
Hey,
Yeah, they didn't put him in. My son wasn't a part of that debauchery the other night.
It ain't on it.
My son. So technically, my son's team, they lost 42-0.
Mm-hmm.
My son is still undefeated. He's a winner.
That's all that matters.
He's a winner.
football's a team sport.
Right.
I mean, individual sport. My
Yes,
bad.
individual all day.
Individual
We're
sport.
gonna. I know you got to catch a
Yep.
flight.
You guys can catch us every Tuesday night right here,
Yes.
5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're not already, please consider becoming a YouTube member. We have the bonus episode up from last week, and the other one will be up tomorrow.
Yes.
We're also going to be putting up some extra behind-the-scenes vlogs and some member-only perks you can see right there. But thank you guys
And
for
please-
calling in.
Please watch tomorrow.
Please.
Please
Yes.
watch tomorrow.
Appreciate
Tune
you.
in.
Yes.
Watch
It's
that.
truly
Austin
bizarre.
put his heart and soul in this.
And I'm gonna put foots in asses. If
He
y'all
was-
don't watch it, watch
He was
his
editing
ghost
this
hunt.
show for months. Like it's been
months.
filmed
We
for
recorded
months.
it in May, and I finished it last week.
So please
Yes.
tap in. We'll be
Tap in.
watching. Y'all watch too.
Bye, y'all.